All right. So, as we discussed during the session to zero,
Mhm.
um, a lot of you, most of you, almost all of you, have decided to take the route of the caravan to start up this story. So that is where we will be headed. But for just completeness sake, shall I just do the intro to Drakkenheim one more time?
I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, why not,
yeah,
right?
go for it.
Sure. All right.
You want to do it, so just do it.
Yeah, you
It's such a
wanted to
nice
do
it's such a nice little bit of text, it's
this.
all right. Let's grab the let's go to this one. There you go.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Did you hear that?
And as epic as this music is, let's do something that is slightly more relaxed. How about this one? That's a little too there, that's better. What a vibe that I was going for to start off with. All right. So, wonderful people, Drakkenheim is no more. Once a jewel of civilization, its spires stretched towards the heavens, and its streets thrummed with life and energy. But that was before the fateful day when a meteor rent the sky, shattering the city and leaving nothing but ruins in its wake. 15 years have passed since that cataclysmic event, and in the wake of Drakkenheim's destruction, the city became a battleground for the desperate, the ambitious, and the ruthless. 5 factions with their own beliefs, ideals, and visions for the future are at constant odds, leaving the current fate of Drakkenheim to be anyone's guess. Even the lands surrounding the city of Drakkenheim, indeed the whole continent, would be impacted by a destruction so severe. Farmlands surrounding the city slowly began to stop giving crops, eventually turning into barren wastelands, their owners moving to find a better future. Several major bloody wars ravaged the countryside, but now the dust was finally settling a little, so to speak. And beyond the destruction, the disarray, and the politics, life would continue at a relatively normal pace. Merchants still operated out of small villages far enough away from Drakkenheim to not be too severely impacted. And ale still flowed in many an inn and tavern. Those in need of work would find it. And this brings us to the 5 of you. Because if we're talking about work, especially when looking at Drakkenheim, indeed, Drakkenheim would be a place where anyone could find a means of gainful employment, or at the very least, the means to enrich themselves. But getting to Drakkenheim is another story entirely. No matter where you come from, it is a bit of a travel to Drakkenheim. Drakkenheim as a city lies along the Dran River, but otherwise has long stretches of roads that lead towards the various other countries and the realm of Westamar that Drakkenheim is the capital of. If you want to travel to Drakkenheim, it is a couple of weeks worth of traveling on foot. But you would be a lot quicker if you would decide to go by horse or by cart. And it just so happens that a lot of you have found a cart that is currently headed for the general area of Drakkenheim. One of the last bastions of civilization outside of the city, Emberwood Village lies about 2 miles outside of Drakkenheim. And Emberwood Village, being, well, used to be a small hamlet and now is a bustling hub for people getting ready to go to and from the city, needs constant supplies to keep in operation. And as such, merchants from near and far travel to Emberwood Village to offload their goods, to sell them, to buy more things that are coming from the city, and to venture off again. You have found one such caravan that is currently traveling to Drakkenheim. This caravan is owned and operated by one Aaron Marlowe. And Aaron Marlowe is nothing if just a merchant. Aaron has no real fighting skills, but he's good at making a coin or two. Knowing that the roads to and from Drakkenheim can be as dangerous as the city themselves, for their easy pickings, of course, if you would travel by yourself, he has opted to hire a company of people to safeguard him on his travels. And in that regard, he has found 4 of you willing to help him out. And this will lead us to our very first map.
Oh, beautiful.
I am
missed
glad
maps.
that you like it. All right.
I need to not say anything here.
For now, no.
No, it's just in regards to what it looks like.
No.
You saw it. You saw it.
What?
I see it.
Ah.
I see it.
I know what
What
you mean.
does it look like?
Maybe change the shadow.
Yep.
Oh,
Let me just-
it.
Let me just disrupt the
Yeah,
shadow
that
just
is
a little bit for you.
that
There you
is
go.
unfortunate.
To
I
point
got-
out a glorious meme. That's a
Yeah,
penis.
we've just got a bump on it.
That's a
Sounds
penis
like
with a
a
prince out there.
disease.
Anyway,
So
carry on.
we'll fix this soon enough.
But the head is just, oh my god.
It just gets lonely on the road after 2 weeks. You start seeing things.
It gets lonely when you're making maps, just every day.
So after about 2 weeks worth of travel on the road, the countryside turns rather dreary and desaturated. You pass many abandoned villages with dilapidated homes, crumbling farmsteads with sallow, empty fields and forests of dead trees. Thorny brambles and harsh scrubbed grass are all that grow along the mud-slick road. A slight drizzling rain fills most days, and the wind howls at night. But aside from the creaking wagon wheels, you only hear the cawing of crows. My friends, the cart that is currently traveling has Aaron Marlowe on it, but has 4 of you in tow as well. And one of those 4 that I mean is Elodie. Elodie, if people would look at you, what would they see?
Well, if people would look at me, they would see rather normal sized girl. She's maybe a little on the thin side. And definitely looks like it's been a while since she's had a good meal. She has blonde hair and blue eyes, and they're kind of have like a piercing quality to them. She has those intense dark eyebrows that are. It's like if you're blonde and you have dark eyebrows, it's like, oh, you're like super intense. like I feel like if you're blonde and you have like lighter colored eyebrows, it's like less of a, I don't know, it's less intimidating, but she looks kind of, I don't know, kind of like fierce in a way. And she's just wearing like simple clothes, maybe a little bit of leather, and like a tunic type thing, and a hooded cape that is like a dark maroonish color. And you would notice she has on a locket around her neck. It is just a circular, like bronze looking thing. It's not anything crazy. It's really plain, but she is wearing that. That's the only thing she has with jewelry. And if we've already been on the road for a couple weeks at this point.
Yes, about 2 weeks.
Okay, so you would have noticed that she is very quiet. She doesn't talk a lot. She is not exactly soft spoken, but like she's not really in your face. She's like more likely to make like one comment and then like be more reserved for the rest of the conversation. And all she would have told you is that I'm looking for someone. I yeah, I'm looking for someone. That's what she would have said. And then what else?
Well,
You
where
would
on
see
the...
she has a dagger in her belt. Like that's it. It's a plain dagger.
So the cart is moving forward. Where would you be situated? Are you sitting on the cart? Are you walking next to it? Are you walking next to one of the
Is it
horses?
going
Where would you
slow
be?
enough to walk next to it?
Absolutely.
Then I would probably walk next to it.
All right, where you are right now. If not, do you want to move your token? Feel
That's
free.
fine. That's fine right there.
All right. For now, situated on the other cart, unless they want to do something else, is a gentleman by the name of Felix. Felix, if people would look at you, what would they see?
Felix, he is, at least for an outside observer, human, at maybe around 30 years old.
Elodie
He
is
has
human.
some.
Elodie is human. I didn't say that, but she is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of assume by looking at her, but yeah. Sorry.
No problem. Yes, he has short black hair and brown eyes. He is wearing some very well-made, or once well-made, leather armor. And on his chest, you see a slight dark spot where perhaps a badge or insignia once was, but it's no longer there. In general, he has a very tidy appearance and looks very proper, for the lack of a better word. Straight back, very reserved posture. On his hip, he has a rapier and a leather whip on the other hip. And over the days that you've been traveling with him, he would be very, perhaps detached is the best way to describe his attitude. And he would not have told anyone about why he's heading to Drakkenheim.
All right. Are you okay with where you are situated around the cart right now, or do you want to sit or stand or walk somewhere else?
He'd be sitting on it somewhere.
All right. In that case, I'll put you over there. Wonderful. Next up, a slightly smaller creature in stature, but probably not in personality. I have one Nespip. Nespip, if people look at you, what would they see?
Nespip is a rock gnome. He's pretty young for how old rock gnomes can get. But you can see he looks tired. He has a really unkept beard. He has big eye bags. He just looks tired. He's wearing some kind of smith's apron, kind of. So heavy leather. And you can see somewhat hastily attached dirty armor plates and scales to make a somewhat makeshift armor. And this apron has a lot of pockets. He also has something of a helmet that looks kind of like a welding helmet. He's also missing a couple of fingers, and while traveling with him, you would have probably noticed he stays up quite late doing some stuff somewhere farther away from camp to not bother sleeping people, and he sleeps into like until noon.
I don't
Generally,
think we would let you sleep till noon, my friend.
he's gonna try.
He
He
sleeps
remains in the
He
cart.
naps
You know,
in the
yeah.
cart. Yeah.
In the cart.
On the and other than that, he would have probably bothered any of you if any of you have some kind of magical thing. He would probably have bothered you about that. And he's on the way to Drakkenheim to search for someone or find someone. And also delirium crystals seem pretty interesting.
All right. And where would you be situated? Where you are right now or somewhere else?
Maybe on the back of the cart,
Yeah,
trying
that's
not
what I
to
was thinking.
trying not to fall asleep like on a car drive, like barely nodding away, waking up again as he's nearly falling over.
Awake, but at
Love it.
what cost?
Yes.
And finally, amongst your group is another gentleman by the name of Nibarlan. Nibarlan, if people look at you, what do they see?
Well, it would be a human, apparently in his early 30s, maybe late 20s ish, short brown hair, blue eyes, wearing very well made armor, of leather armor, and it's got some wear and tear because they've been on the road for 2 weeks. So aside from that, though, it still looks very well made. He's got a longbow that is made of a very very well polished amber wood, as well as a spear of the same type. And around his neck is uh, a claw, like I said, a claw on a silver chain that he will regale people with the stories of a white dragon that his grandfather slayed valiantly. His grandfather's venturing party it was a team effort, but luckily they had him there to handle the bulk of it.
To do the final blow,
And-
yeah.
And then throughout the 2 weeks, of course, he will have been studying this notebook that his grandfather gave him. He's been on the continent for almost a year now, and the notebook was supposed to help him on the new continent, but all the rituals and stuff he has in there just doesn't seem to work. So he's just every once in a while he looks at it and reads it, tries to study it, trying to figure out what he did wrong. Doesn't work. He asked if you had any sort of inclination, he would have asked you, probably all of you at least one time, if you can make heads or tails of this what he's doing wrong. Give him some pointers on this, and of course he's friendly. He's here on the continent because he heard stories of all this crazy weirdness of all the different, crystals and kind of bizarre magic stuff going on, and it's just something he really wanted to experience before while he could. So he's been checking things out across the continent, and now he's finally made his way to Drakkenheim, where the main, I guess, where the big stories all come from, Drakkenheim, and yep.
And where on the cart would you be situated? Like bringing up the rear, next to it, on top of it?
Is there a seat next to the driver? Because I feel like he would be up on the driver talking
Sure,
about
it's a bench.
Drakkenheim. Yeah, he would be up there talking to the driver about Drakkenheim.
Absolutely.
Also,
there you are.
And also Nespip, he would have been talking to you about all your gadgets and stuff, because he would think that's really cool and be asking about that.
But also, Nespip would also have taken a look at your book, trying to figure the stuff out.
Awesome. This is, for now, your adventuring party. We count 4. Interesting. Tell me what is Gan telephone. How much decided to speak with him. Yes. 5 left to shy, yet 4 I count. Anyways, enough with the
Pop culture references.
yes. So Aaron Marlowe, who is sitting on the cart, the tradesman / traveler, has been your boss, I guess, your contractor. That's a better word. He isn't much of a boss. He's a merchant in its own right. Like, he knows everything what there is to sell and buy in the world. And over the last couple of weeks, he has shared a couple of things about that with you. His place is Emberwood Village. That's where he comes from as well. He is one of the caravan merchants that operates from the inner village center. And over the last couple of weeks, he probably told you that there is just an active market for anything. Especially delirium. There's a lot of money to be made with delirium, but everything else is worthy of buying and or selling, up to and including food, water, mundane items, because everything is in demand and everything has a price. As I said, you've been traveling for about 2 weeks, and you are getting closer to Emberwood Village. And it is later on in the day as you are reaching another part of the journey where you're starting to see a couple more buildings around you. And Aaron Marlowe points them out to you. So, this used to be a farmstead over here. Yeah, people left. There's not much to do anymore in terms of farming, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, most people just moved either to the village, to Emberwood Village, or away. You know, people don't want to live near a city like that. But I'm glad with the company, and once we're there, you'll get your share of 25 gold as promised. So you guys are going into the city?
Well, might as well take a look. We've come all this way. At least I have. I'd be happy to go on with any of these fine fellows that have been going along. They seem like they can handle themselves fairly well. I'd be happy to go in with them. But if not, I gotta check it out. I came all this way.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you're braver than I am. Living just outside the city is, that's okay, I guess. I mean, keeps my pockets lined. Going into the city, that's a whole different story entirely. There's a lot of spooky stuff going on in there.
You've never been in? Surely you've been in the city if you live here.
Oh, I mean, before the meteor fell, yeah, I've seen places. I've been there quite a few times, but after the meteor, no, that's not my thing.
Is it true? Is it true that there are snakes with multiple heads in there? I've heard that there's snakes with multiple heads and multiple tails.
That's not the worst that's in there, but yes.
So it's good to know. I've heard lots of conflicting stories. People say there's giant rats, and I've seen giant rats before, but these rats don't have skin. So that's something that I think would be really interesting to see.
Yeah, really interesting. You know, it was a place that people lived. It wasn't just like it's not a tourist attraction. It's the site of a tragedy.
Well, yeah, I'm aware of that, but unfortunately now it's got all manner of horrors and riches.
Right.
Yeah. I suppose it's anyone's land right now. Sure, I agree with you, Miss. Used to be a lot of people in there, and there's a lot of stuff of those people in there, but these people are gone. Might as well, if you can use
We're
it
not all
better.
gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep your hopes up.
I mean, I was born there. We left obviously with the meteor, but my family lived there for generations.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
I'm sure stuff lives in there. I mean, we were just talking about stuff living, so I'm sure that there are people in there still, right?
I'm not sure if you can call them people, but sure, there's life in there, something. I guess the Hooded Lanterns have like a base or something near the castle walls. So I mean, they live.
There you go.
Uh, as your cart travels along a little bit, you pass by a couple more of these like dilapidated buildings, and as you do, you pass by one more building. You suddenly hear the sound of a voice that is calling out from this building. And this is finally my moment where I can just remove the shape a little bit. As you hear this voice, suddenly from one of the broken doors emerges a man, one hand raised, and Marlowe stops the cart. And as this man looks at all of you, he says, "Hey, so, uh, good of you to come by. my name is Bogdan, and this is my crew. And as he points, there is like a couple of nasty-looking people that emerge from all around you. So we're servants of, well, a couple of things, but mostly for, the good of the land. And as you know, you're traveling on the King's Road right now. There's a toll on that. So I'm afraid it's going to cost you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 gold to pass.
2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, Bogdan. Wow, there's some fine-looking folks you have here. You're doing the king's work, I assume. You keeping the road safe for everybody.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, I'm not sure though that 50 gold is the going rate. If I recall correctly, I think you may be using old numbers. We're now operating on a smaller toll schedule.
That's so fancy pants. And how much would that be?
More closer to the none, because we're on our way there and we haven't quite got the gold yet. So on the way back though, we could probably get this. Plus, of course, some for the trouble.
But if you go back, that's another toll, so that would be 100 in total. And you say 9?
I said none now because, of course, we're going to get the gold.
None. Well, that's a lot less than what I said.
Well, no, you'd still get it. It just would be later.
Hosh, he says as he looks at one of the others. You see the girl over there? Can you draw your sword on her? And he just pulls his weapon out and like points it at Elodie. He's not attacking you yet, but he just points it at her.
Okay, I would just put my hand on my dagger on my belt.
Ogden, we're both upstanding citizens here. I think this is a little aggressive. If we don't have that gold to give you, how could we give you the gold?
You're sitting on a cart full of stuff. That's probably worth 50 gold. We'll take the cart.
But it's not fit. It's not 50 gold though.
The cart
You want the
itself is
gold.
worth 50 gold.
But then you'd have to go sell it, and everybody knows. I mean, we're being expected there. They would know where it came from. And that'd be hard to do. It'd be easier for us just to offload the cart and then give you the gold as we leave.
I don't care. I want 50 gold, and I'm done talking.
Okay then.
With that word, Felix would jump off the cart. Like, absolutely casually.
Open the door.
Okay.
Just no.
I'm gonna put you. Like, I'll still keep the 5 feet above your head because that'll allow you to move above the cart because that is like the way Foundry works. But you're on the ground.
Nesbit would probably also jump down from the cart.
I'll put it to
I'm
1
ready.
so we know the difference.
I'm regretting my decision to be a walker.
I'm leaving over to Marlo. Marlo, have you met these people before?
No, but this does have. Can we just pay them or something? They look very strong.
I mean, if you've got 50 gold to give them, I mean, you can go ahead. It's your gold.
It's a lot of money. Can you just? You look like you. Can you? You were talking to them. You went so well.
I know that's what I'm trying here. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah, like I count like maybe 10 or something. I don't know.
Ogden, I think this is before this gets out of hand. Now, like I said, we don't have the 50 gold right now, and I want to save you the trouble of having to go and offload all the stuff. What if we went 10 gold?
10, huh?
Yeah.
You look like a rich boy. You probably have a lot more, but you can give me our first roll of the game. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, no. Okay, it sets the tone. It sets the tone.
Go Nip Ireland.
No. Almost a 17. That was so sad to see.
So with the bonuses that you do have on it, that is a 12.
Oh my god.
It's pretty good though.
God damn, sir. Okay.
10 gold. What about and he starts looking like at the cart. What about 10 gold and a crate of apples back there?
I look over to Marlo. Marlo, what you thinking?
It's just apples. That's fine.
Okay. Ogden, you drive a hard bargain. I think we can go with that.
Good. Mudface, pack get the crate. Mildred, you go get the gold. And 2 other thugs move up to the cart and collect.
Mudface
Who's
and
what a name,
Mildred.
right?
Mudface.
Who's gonna pay the 10 gold?
Marlo volunteered the gold, if I recall.
He volunteered the apples.
No.
I think it was your gold, my friend. I don't say that, but
Tough up, rich boy.
No, I told Marlo, as I said, that's why I asked Marlo. I was like, if you want to pay him, go ahead. But if he doesn't have any money to pay him, then I guess apples might not be good enough.
I kind of shot myself in the foot there because that is what you said. And he did
Yeah,
agree on
that
yes.
is.
Yeah.
He's got you there.
All right. Begrudgingly, Aaron pays
DM.
the 10 gold and the apple.
pay for
it
us
is what
to
it is.
not have this fight.
All right.
Denied.
Aaron pays the 10 gold and the crate of apples is offloaded off the cart. And Bogdan and his associates move back and they say, well, the queen thanks you for your donation and we wish you safe travels on the road.
Ogden,
Hopefully we run into each other once again.
Keep keeping the road safe for all the travels on the road.
Yes, safe. Well, goodbye now. And they retreat back into the building.
Did they have any kind of crest markings, some kind of to see if they belong to a certain group or something?
Give me a perception. Give me a perception check.
There it is.
They didn't have any badges or whatever, but you did notice, I think, that the 5 of them all had a bandana wrapped around their arm. Their bandana specifically was in the color light blue.
Sorry, I thought you said banana for a second. I was like, that.
They all have a
can't be
banana
what
wrapped
you
around
said.
their arm. Yes.
That cannot
and
be what you said.
And I just remembered the other word for purple and or pink. Octarine. That's the one.
Octarine, okay.
Octarine, which is like different purple.
You got that from banana?
No, that was bandana.
No,
you said.
but
But I
you
I
bounced it
literally
off
thought
of
you said
banana. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
No, my mind was just like, oh, by the way, you thought of this an hour ago. Here it is. Sorry. All right. Aaron looks at all of you and he says, well, I think that went pretty well, right? I think I would have lost my
Could've
entire
gone
cart
worse.
if you guys weren't there.
Could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah. Right.
I'm still looking at those entrances. Not trusting it.
As you look inside, you'll probably notice that there's like a back exit as well. So there is a question whether or not they're even still in the building. They could have just left through
Right.
one of the various other exits.
And it is a building. It's not just crumbled walls.
It's mostly crumbled, but there is there are still parts standing. This is like this building hasn't been destroyed, but it's just neglected completely.
Okay. Is there a roof?
Partially.
Partially, okay. Okay, that's fine.
All right. It's getting late. Shall we find a place to set up camp?
Maybe we should go a little further away from the local highway guards before
Yeah.
we do that.
Um,
Yeah, I agree. Let's travel for another hour and then set up camp. All right.
That's probably good. Yeah.
All right. And thus you travel for another hour, which obviously is way longer than this area on the map.
and we only get 45 feet.
Extremely slow pacing.
There were obstacles on the road you needed to clear, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a
I
matter of fact, we
really
can
thought
give-
that tree was gonna fall in front and we were gonna be trapped there. But they're not
As you
that
travel
smart.
as you travel for about another hour, you find a place where you could potentially set up camp. And Aaron stops the cart and helps you guys to set up some tents and an area with a fire pit. Is there anything else that you guys want to have in the camp other than that?
Mm,
Well, considering we have such ambitious local highway police, we should probably make sure that the cart is not facing the highway because we don't want them to give us a ticket or anything.
Give us a ticket.
Not a bad idea, actually. So you want to like hide it a little bit more, like amongst the bushes or something?
Yes. Unless y'all got a better idea, but that's what I was thinking.
Is the map at a weird scale, or why are the pathing squares so much bigger than usual?
Oh, this is
They are
just weird.
unique.
Yeah, these are just weird scaling. This
Okay.
particular map is just badly scaled.
Oh.
Like that's on me. I'm sorry.
It's the map's fault, not the DM.
Oh,
It's the map maker's. It's the map maker's fault, who just happens to be the DM as well. But
damn it.
don't feel bad while you're being our DM because you're not the map maker right now. You're the DM. So
Oh, I'm seeing that your squares themselves are looking like really big. That's
yeah,
that
they're
shouldn't be it.
huge.
Yeah.
Mine seems fine.
Yeah,
But my
because you're a
normal
little
house is smaller.
boy. You're a small
Whoa!
Weird. Oh,
boy.
She just went there.
I just mean he's literally a small size, like, and they made
Mhm.
his token to reflect that. So
Mhm, mhm.
don't come for me. Come on.
Be careful because before I take your kneecaps.
I wouldn't have actually said that out loud.
Yeah.
But your
You can
condescending
take
look.
my kneecaps. You can come to where I live and take my kneecaps, Christian.
All right. Nighttime settles in, and you light your campfire, probably make some food and whatnot. It's not time to sleep just yet. What do you want to do? Just eat, talk a bit. Feel free.
I was like, Marlo, how many times have you had encounters like that before?
It's happened a few times. Recently, it's happening a bit more. About 3 years ago, there was a very bloody war going on, and strangely enough, with everyone being tied up with that, the roads were relatively safe. Just don't get to wherever the army is currently. When the meteors first fell about 15 years ago, those were some crazy times. People were scrambling for everything. People needed everything, and a lot of caravans were raided back then. We thought we were getting into simpler times, but recently there's been an increase in hostilities on the road. It is what it is. I'm just happy to still be alive and not lose everything that I have.
Well, I saw over here, I think we probably could have taken them, looking around everybody. I mean, that's why you brought us along. But it's better not to have to roll those dice, so to speak.
Yes. An interesting way to put it, but yes.
See what you did there.
Is anyone
Yeah,
keeping
I'll talk
watch,
about
by the way?
two.
Felix would actually be sitting with his back to the fire to keep his night vision decent and keeping an outlook.
Okay.
I'm sitting somewhere in a corner, having set up probably on one of the stones, somewhat of a maintenance workshop, basically starting to look at all my stuff I have, checking if everything is okay. Yeah, just working in there.
Well,
So we'll
and
just hear
as a
like the sound of
ranger,
tinkering.
Yeah,
Ding,
those those
ding,
those, car-
ding.
those cartoon welding
Yeah.
sounds and tinkering sounds somewhere out from a corner.
Guys, we need to be inconspicuous. They might see our cart that's hiding in the bushes. Think, think,
Think, think.
There's a
Ding,
huge
ding.
campfire in the night, so
Fair. I mean, that doesn't
Yeah.
help either.
And like I said, Berlin as a ranger, that's kind of part of his job. He's always keeping an eye on his surroundings.
Sure. In that case, and also based off of you guys' perception and the fact that you have a couple of people with dark vision in your group, you will probably hear before you see a rustling coming from the main road. It seems that some people are approaching you.
Fire.
Okay.
We should. I
I'm
would move to
gonna-
put it out, but I would like look to see if anyone else is reacting like that.
I'm gonna stand and kind of. He's coming. I hear the noise coming from the stairway over here.
Yeah, basically.
All right. I'm gonna position myself to try and block Nesbit, so he's smaller, so he isn't seen. I don't know if anyone noticed that I'm doing it, but that's what I'm doing. It's not for his protection. It's just so we have a little bit of a ace up our sleeve.
I
Nesbit
decide
is-
not to put out the fire, and I just kind of back up a little bit. Yeah, out
Nesbit
of
can
the light.
Nesbit can't see anything, so he steps up onto the stone to be able to look over Navalin.
It was a valiant effort on my part. Okay.
Alrighty. As you hear the steps come closer, there is also a voice attached to that, and you hear a feminine voice call out, "Hello, we mean no harm. We're travelers. Are you good folk?"
It depends. Are you good folk?
We'd like to think so. We're looking for a safe haven. Like, it's dark and we don't have any supplies with us. Can we approach?
This is Marlowe's thing, so it's kind of his call if he wants to let him over here, or if anybody else.
Marlo is
It's dark.
silent and
How
looks at all of you.
Okay. How are you seeing? It's dark out here. Where's your torch?
We saw the campfire and we walked over there. Like, we had our campfire, like our torches and whatnot. We left it behind, so we don't have any. We saw the campfire and we figured we'd take a shot.
From where are we hearing the noise exactly? Not at
From
all.
over here, and they're like, the second you are gonna allow them to come closer, they will.
Wait, how fast is dark vision?
Yeah, who has dark vision here?
I've got dark vision. I'm gonna step a bit closer behind you. Can I see them?
Yes, you can. You will see that there are 3 people. You will see slightly ahead of the group, the one that is conversing towards you seems to be indeed a lady. But right behind her, there are 2 men. One of them looks like a human with some plate armor and a bit of a cape, a cloth, put around his arm, almost as if like a sling to keep his arm like safe. He looks a bit hurt. On the other side, you think you see a slightly shorter person. As a matter of fact, let's ask the person himself what he looks like. Tony.
He is currently very guarded and hidden in his own cape and hood. trying to cover himself. But I think the most noticeable thing that anyone could possibly make out would be the slitted eyes in the darkness, equally reflecting the campfire light from afar. Obviously reflecting the fact that he can see very well in the dark as well.
So I'm looking down at Nespep, like I'm just, who's out there?
What do your elven eyes see?
What do your Novan eyes see?
Novan
I'm
eyes see.
I'm gonna
We're all just-
whisper. I'm gonna whisper to Nabal and say they look like someone is hurt, but they don't look that aggressive.
Well, is anyone over there hurt? You're all right?
Yeah, our friend Rickard over here. We came from the area of Drakkenheim, and Rickard got hit a bit, and we're looking for a place to just rest.
I mean, I guess safety in numbers. Am I right?
That was what we were hoping for.
Come on closer to the fires, because we can get up out of that cold.
Thanks. And they come closer.
I'm staying in the darkness, even though it makes my vision less effective. Because we are all human. This was a terrible mistake.
Paulie keeps his hood, like, shrouding his face from the encroaching light to kind of hide his features.
You're noticing that Endra will support Rickard to one of the barrels that is set up around the fire to sit down. Yeah, he is, as I said, like he's like he looks okay, just like his arm is broken or something. His cape is used to just like put his arm in entirely, and he's just sort of like leaning a little bit like that.
Rickard, that was your name, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, so we were in the city, and well, we saw these something. They almost looked like God. They looked like corpses, but they were walking, and one of them hit me like very hard, and I think I broke my arm or something. So I couldn't hold my weapon anymore, and we decided to get out in time. And luckily, we did, and we just kept on walking. And well, evening fell, and we saw you guys.
Barlin will reach into his pocket to grab something, and then they'll disappointed sigh, and then pull his hand back out. So you're leaving from the city,
Yeah.
and who was
Indra.
Indra, and then who's this other fellow here? I'm Nabarlin, by the way.
There's no real concern yet if we're just staying for one night. Perhaps if we tag along for further traveling companions, then it might become necessary to know each other more personally.
Hashtag that edge, though.
Well, not necessary. I'm, like I said, I'm Nabarlin. This is Felix.
Well, not necessary. I hate this.
It will get a slight chuckle, a slight giggle out of Atoli at the dad joke. It's been a long time since he's heard any kind of humor like that.
I'm Felix. I'm Nabarlin. That's Felix over there. Got Nespip right here next to me, and Marlo is right over here by the fire. And then I'll say, Elodie. No, say, are you like visible now? Because are you still
I'm probably
trying to hide?
Wait, let me see if I can use shift and go in between. No, I can't. Okay, this isn't roll 20. I wanted to be like
you can't just like
between
drag your token,
these,
then
but-
press shift, and you can.
Oh,
Nabarlin wouldn't announce you.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I'm
No-
right there. So you can just kind
Okay.
of see like the shadow of my face, and I would announce myself when you paused.
Okay.
To see.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to announce you if you didn't want to be seen. That's what the pause is
No,
for.
I would. I
Wait,
would.
she was
When you
hiding?
were like, question? No, I was just in the darkness more than the
Okay.
light.
Gotcha.
And I'm
And this is
just.
LD.
I
This is
wasn't
LD.
stealthing or anything. I was just like trying to
Okay.
not be super noticed.
Gotcha. Yeah, and this is LD over here. We're actually on our way to the city. I guess you're leaving.
Escorting these guys out. I'm going back. One way or another.
Well, have, how much experience do you have with the city? I get the sense that you are no stranger to it.
Yeah.
Born and raised. And evacuated.
Well, Ellie, didn't you? So this is what you were talking about earlier. I mean, here's somebody else. You were saying that you were also from the city.
I was born there. I wasn't. I mean, the meteor fell when I was only 3, so I don't really remember it, but my mom would tell me stories.
Tully raises his head up a little bit to try and get a better look at her to see if it's somebody he could possibly recognize from any kind of background situation.
Is
I
this a
have no idea.
pseudo question to
that's-
me whether or not
That's
again,
probably a
3
DM
when I
question,
left.
yes.
So again, I was 3. My mom looked almost exactly like me though, so you might have known
Yes,
her.
but
I don't know.
I believe that Tully would have been around a lot longer.
God, how do I put this delicately? I think you two moved in different circles.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. That's well, okay. Wait, would he have said that we moved in different circles? No.
That would be a total thing
I
to
think you
say,
just would have
though.
not said anything, right?
Okay. Okay. Well, we're on our way back. How far out are y'all going?
Well, I want to get my arm fixed, and then I don't know. It wasn't exactly what we were dreaming, but it's what it is.
What happened with your arm?
I got hit by one of those walking creatures, and I think I broke it.
Walking creatures. You said they looked like corpses.
You've not been in there, have you?
I haven't. I've heard all kind of stories. That's part of the reason why I'm traveling with these fine people right here.
Well, whatever stories you've heard, they're worse.
How? So I've heard various things. I've now heard that there are walking corpses. You seem to have been there quite often, and you're still here.
I know where to move and when to move. And I know most of the city
Interesting,
like
so-
the back of my hand. That doesn't mean I can fight
Interesting.
whatever is walking around in there, though.
So I guess we've also heard that there are people in there. There was who was it? The lanterns or there's some group that has a base in there or fort. I've heard there are people living there, but if it's so dangerous, how are they living in there?
It's very difficult to live in there, Marlon says. You see, anywhere within the city and like in the area around it, there is this purple mist, this octarine mist. That's had to put it in there.
It did.
And when you're in there, you're just energized and not in a good way. Like it's just it feels like it's keeping you awake, and well, there's no real living in there. So the Hooded Lanterns, they have a base in there, but they move in and out a lot. Like they have rotations like none other, because you can't sleep there.
Whoa, how'd I go over here? I didn't mean to go over there. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm over here.
It's quite an operation.
I guess that's something that will another mystery I'll have to check out once we're there. It's and the Baron just kind of pokes the fire.
I don't know what you all are gonna do. Like you're probably like you have set up camp and whatnot. Rickard says, "Are you okay with us also just taking one of the tents or something or sleeping?" I'm fine with even sleeping outside of a tent, but I need a place to rest soon. I think.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, safety in numbers. You're more welcome to stay here with our fire and our warmth.
Okay.
And you know what? We've been on the road long enough. If you need a tent, feel free to take mine.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Totally, Indra. What about you?
He said your name.
I know.
I would have caught
It's
that.
fine.
I would have definitely caught that.
I'm not tired right now. You go rest.
Okay. Indra, will you join me?
Giggity.
He doesn't look like he's in the ship
You
to do
say
that. I just get this vivid like image of like this edgy guy with the hood up, and then still like giggity.
So edgy.
Rickard and
So
Indra
gruff.
thank all of you, and they move off to the tent over
I'm
there.
gonna quickly interrupt Rickard.
Yep.
Hey, I think I might be able to help you a bit with your arm. Show it? If it's okay with you.
Are you okay with can we do that like tomorrow with daylight? Like I'm more comfortable, like then you can see it and whatnot.
Don't worry, I can see good in the dark.
But I can't, and I'm sorry, I barely know you.
I'm not sure if I can really help tomorrow. I'm currently preparing stuff. I have leftovers. I can help you today. I'm not sure if I will do it tomorrow.
Don't you?
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, these persuasion checks.
I would overhear it. I would.
Oh God, this man. What are your good stats?
Well, no, I was about to say, I was like, I would overhear it. I would also back him up. I say, I've been with this guy for several weeks now. He knows what he's talking about. You would do good to let him take a look if he can help. I'd hate for you to be in pain longer than you need to.
Pain has mostly been like subsided. It's annoying, but we'll do tomorrow. I'm tired, and it's okay. But thanks for the offer. Like I really do appreciate that.
Look,
Having overheard that, could Phoenix get a read on that? Because that just seems a bit weird.
Sure.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm
it
kind
does
of interested
seem-
in that too. Why can you not help him tomorrow? You jerk.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean
be-
why he
Yeah,
is so against
I'd
being
be-
helped right now.
I would
Oh,
also be curious too, because this doesn't make a whole lot of sense if they're so desperate.
I just
and
want
he-
insight on the whole thing, just the whole thing.
You two both roll an insight as well.
Ality,
Go ahead.
my friend, my girl, my absolute bitch, and my new dice went in the 20.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
So Felix with a 9. I think you stand by the feeling that you have, and I think that's very fair.
1.
You're rolling like shit.
Felix, I think you stand by what you feel. Like, that's awkward, but I mean, if he wants to be in pain or whatever. Nibarlan, you consider for a moment that this is weird, and then you realize that this is indeed, like, you've only met him for 10 minutes. There is such a thing as privacy, which is really very hard to come by. And you're like, maybe just tomorrow, whatever. Elodie, with your natural 20.
Mm-hmm. First roll.
Yeah. I'm inclined to give you something with a natural 20, as a matter of fact.
Yes, please.
This invokes a mechanic that we will do a lot more of in Drakkenheim.
Are you dragging me into a separate room?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, no one gets to know.
So please follow me to channel 2.
Yes, sir. Where is channel 2?
Below
Oh, it's
channel
over
1.
there. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
I love this.
Now we can gossip.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. I know a couple of things as well right now. It's just like,
Well, yeah, I would imagine you would. Like
Yeah.
you would know because you've been with him.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I am like, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. But
Mm.
this, like, it's
If-
this
if-
campaign is gonna be super interesting in comparison to Icespire.
Well,
I
yeah,
hope so.
don't say anything that your character wouldn't say, because if right now it sounds like he's pretty just not talkative.
So, yeah, I mean, you're gonna figure it out sooner or later. But my character is very flighty, like personality wise. It's gonna
Hello.
be hello.
Oh.
Now let's
And
gauge
thus,
how horrified she
Elodie
looks.
noticed something.
And just the cameras. Of course, the camera's going to cut on, and she'll have dropped her shocked face.
Oh, did it not come on?
It is on.
No, it's on.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
Huh. I guess it's just taking a while to load for me.
Anyone who has dark vision or is looking at Elodie, which it seems like you guys aren't looking at Elodie, you're looking at Rickard and Nespit, but you would see like a flash of confusion.
Am I tripping here? Or
on
like,
her face.
is there? Are they there, and I just can't see them?
Wait, who?
What, me?
You mean the tokens for
thought-
Rickard and Ender?
What are you talking about?
Hello?
Hello.
Nevarland?
Arlo.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you can hear me, but you can't hear them.
No. Oh snap. Okay.
You might want to
Would
reconnect.
you have-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
go
is
on.
the funniest Discord bug I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was like,
I've
what's
never seen that
happening?
before.
Wow.
He can only hear you.
Yeah,
Okay, that
apparently
was
yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, that was strange. Okay.
You back?
Yay, Discord.
Okay. If you didn't hear, Elodie just looked slightly confused for a second.
Okay. Well, in that case, it's just kind of what I give the Nespit. I'm like, okay, whatever.
So what is the plan for the rest of you for tonight?
Before anything, Tully's gonna like walk on slowly over and like hold Nevarland by like the upper arm just slightly and just whisper, "Sleep lightly tonight," and then walk away to a more
Oh,
secluded spot.
Okay, you creep.
well, and I'll
No, like at the
I'll
same
flip
time,
around
he
to,
would
like-
have eyed the nodded towards the tent that they had just entered before.
I'll give him a little nod and be like, and because of that though, I've been sitting the whole way, so I'm not worn out, so I have no problem sleeping a little less.
I can also
Um,
take one entire watch, but I also need to work on my stuff later on.
All right. So I imagine there is indeed going to be a watch. How shocking. How do you want to do that? I need 3 people.
I can take the first watch.
I imagine I'm sitting this one out
But-
because I'm exhausted already, basically.
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah, because you've been walking the entire day.
Well, as I was saying, it's. I mean, I don't. I guess we
I can take
can't all.
second.
I guess I. Yeah, so I guess we can't take 2 watches because I was like, I've been sitting all day, and I guess Nesbit, you've also been sitting all day, half napping, apparently.
And
Yeah.
Nesbit is just gonna be up whether he's on watch or not. So
Yeah. I'll do. I guess you said take second. Well, why don't I take second? Since it's not a. I'm not.
I'll
you've
take
been
the
walking,
last
haven't you?
one.
Fine by me.
Yeah, we need Nesbit. We need Nesbit with his gnomish eyes to be looking initially.
That
Alright.
dark vision.
So if I understand correctly, it is Nespip, then it's Nabarlan, and then it's Elodie? Or did
Yes.
I swap someone there?
Yeah, no, I think that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Felix, what are you gonna do? Just gonna sleep?
Yeah.
Fair.
Duh.
He doesn't
Sweet
trust
funny.
those
Damn
people,
hard.
but he can't forego sleep for any person he doesn't trust.
I mean, it's funny, right? Like, outside of D&D, this is the most logical, like, yeah, of course I'm going to sleep. I'm camping. It's night. I'm sleeping. Inside of D&D, like, I don't know. Like,
Why are you asking me this? Should I not be sleeping?
Well, like I don't know. As far as game mechanics are concerned, I don't know how it works, but I know if it were me and I was Nabarlan, and in this case it would be Nabarlan, and I was sitting here and I've been riding all day. I haven't really been walking, and then I had this stranger that we just picked up say, "Don't sleep heavily" or whatever. I wouldn't really be sleeping at all. So it'd be one eye open, so to speak.
that makes sense. All right. So all of you go your respective ways and you go to rest or stay up for your part of the watch. Nespip, you are
Which one-
first.
Which one is the tent that they went into?
They went into the one that Nespip is close to, so that one.
Okay. So I'm going to be sitting right over here.
Alrighty.
I would be in this one.
Felix
Sounds
will
good.
actually take his sleeping roll and put it under the wagon.
Sure. That is an option.
You get run over in the night. We're gonna forget that you're there.
God. Imagine getting permit on session 1 because of that.
We crushed your skull.
I mean, there's probably a calculation out there, like how much crushing damage is it to get run over by a cart. That's probably a number out there. I don't want to Google it right now, but it's probably out there.
The only thing the cart is carrying, it's just carrying apples. It's just a cart full of apples.
Full of
Minus 1 crate. Yeah.
which is why he was so willing to give away a crate of apples.
Yeah, we've only got apples.
All right. So, with the first watch, so the first part of the night underway, Nespip, what do you do with your watch?
First, I'm gonna take some small cans and stuff outside of my pockets, pour some stuff in, lay them next to the fire so they get hot. So I'm basically doing stuff that I don't need to actively watch. And after that, I'm gonna probably go to the nearest rock in the dark, sit on top of it, because the people came from that direction. I'm gonna keep normal watch while something's cooking.
All right. That sounds good. And in the response to all you guys' first rolls, this is going to be my first roll of this campaign. Yes, up until now, it was just fun games and story times. All right. Nothing happens during your watch
So it's still fun in games.
for now.
Okay.
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
Then we said Nabalin would be next, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna go. Hey Nabalin, wake up! You're up.
I'm still up. You go right ahead. You go right ahead, buddy. You got it.
And I'm gonna take the cans I put there and let heat up. I'm gonna take them over to my improvised workbench, sit them down, and start working.
Is
Everyone trying to
anyone
get a
going to
good night's
sleep
sleep?
in this
Think,
entire
think,
campaign?
I'm trying to be mostly quiet.
Fair.
Oh, no.
The loud stuff I did while everyone was awake.
All right, Nabarla, what do you do with your part of the watch?
I guess at this point, I guess while he was doing it, I'd be reading that book again, trying to make sense of it. But at this point, I put it away, and I will be listening intently with an ear towards where those two went to sleep at.
Intently.
Intently.
You're such a perv, Nabarland.
That too. Roll seduction. So you're keeping an eye and ear, if you will, to the tent.
Yeah.
And of course, like it's not that you're not looking at your surroundings, but that's what you're gonna do.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'll be just listening intently. I put everything away just so I can focus on listening since it's nighttime, and we only have the fire right in front of us.
As the night progresses, the nights are exceptionally windy, which is what I told you in the introduction. So it is very, very windy. Not like hurricane level, but it's like the rustling of leaves and whatnot is still a thing. Still, beyond the rustling of leaves, you do hear another thing, because the tent that you are listening to is fluttering a bit in the breeze. But in between the fluttering of the tent itself, at some point you get the feeling that you hear something. At first, it kind of sounds like, you're going to hate me for this, it sounds like someone eating a bowl of macaroni and cheese.
No.
Mm.
Like a squelching?
Well, I mean, yeah.
But
sure.
as you, and I mean, as I imagine that you might think of one or two things that this might be, all of a sudden, you hear that the sound changes. Instead of that, you suddenly hear a very loud splash. Did I just scare you, Elodie? Like you did like a...
Yeah, you did. You did. You should have put a friggin' trigger warning on that one.
Trigger warning, there's some
I didn't
sounds coming.
expect you to use sound effects.
That sounded moist.
Yes.
Very moist.
Followed by someone in pain.
Oh, that was pain? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not pleasure? Okay, good. Got it.
That's better. Yep, that's pain.
Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Squish.
Followed by a lady screaming.
I assume I also
Okay.
noticed that, since I'm right
I think
next
we
to
would
Rocky.
wake up at that point.
You hear one more loud splash, and then the tent is quiet again. But all of these sounds definitely transpired. You will have heard them. What do you do?
I mean, if
I'm
you're
assuming
not doing
Nesbit's
anything-
also. No, Nesbit's. You're still awake, working on your stuff, right?
I would have, hearing that right behind me, I would have stood up, and I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, looking at the tent, and making a motion with like, should I open it?
Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm like kind of motion for you to stand back, and I'm gonna heel open it so you can see in. Or you get what I'm saying? Like get behind the rock so you can look, and then I'm gonna open it so you can see into it.
I totally would have gotten up,
So I'm gonna-
stand behind the campfire, and hiss, like, loudly hiss at Naval and just stand the fuck back. Step away.
I would
And then,
have.
like, he
Okay.
starts preparing a spell in his hand.
Can I also ready an
Okay.
action?
Then I'll
You
back
can.
up.
I'm gonna.
I would have jumped up, and then
I'm
just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
back up, get my bow
stood
ready. This
right here.
Okay.
With my dagger out.
I'm mosey my way back over here. I'm like, what's going on? You got this is
Just wait.
Nespip, you wanted to ready an action. What exactly do you want to do?
You see me taking out a slightly bigger than a ping pong ball size ball that looks like a big match head from like a strike match.
That's cool.
It's a firebolt, but yeah, I'm just having that in the hand
Jesus.
ready to cast.
All right. Felix, as for you, I imagine all this commotion, you will have woken up, so you're not asleep anymore.
So he would have crawled from under the wagon and just got up behind it.
Okay. As all of you are standing where you are, sort of like, what the hell just happened? All of a sudden, you notice that one of the flaps of the tent move aside. For those of you with dark vision, you're noticing that isn't a hand.
So sorry, guys. I should have told you.
You
I
notice
knew.
You notice instead of a hand that it is a bit of a tentacle. And slowly but surely, from the tent emerges a creature that you wouldn't have been able to dream of in your wildest dreams. This human-esque creature that slightly still resembles Rickard in some places, but definitely not in all, seems to have grown a few limbs.
Oh,
Ah,
Hey, it's Squidward.
no, thank you.
And as it
Rickard, are you
gets
okay?
out, as it gets out of the tent, and you yell out his name like, Rickard, are you okay? He looks over at you and lets out a bellowing, guttural, wet roar as
Wet
it gets ready to attack.
roar? I don't
Yeah.
like it. Can we roll?
Here you are,
Or
indeed, for your very first one. Let's roll for initiative, please.
roll for initiative. Whee!
where is the initiative?
Do we have to wait for the carousel to be active, or do we just do it?
You can. It is active right now.
Okay.
Your initiative is where is it again? It is right underneath your character
Okay.
portrait.
Since I readied an action, can I throw fireball before
Marlon.
he?
Yes,
Oh.
you can.
Okay, yeah.
At least
So
you don't have a
you,
-1.
as you would have seen, as soon as it stepped out, I would have thrown up the ping pong ball and hit it with my hammer towards the monster.
Yeah, I did the same. So
Sure. So that is 2 fireballs. Feel free to go ahead
no,
and use it.
I just said readying a spell, but yeah. Let me just get my character sheet
And-
up again.
I assume I have disadvantage because it's closer than I expected.
Yes.
Where is the? Oh man,
That is a
this
17,
is so new.
and that will still hit. What are you looking for?
The spell thing. The
Your spells?
trying to find the right one. Yeah.
If you on the
It's on the right hand side now. Yep.
yes.
My bad.
So that's 6 fire damage. Noted.
What am I doing? I'll be just doing a poison spray.
Oh,
By the way, look at me not even having the fighting music on.
Yeah,
Badly
we're
prepared.
so calm.
Yeah. We need
Such a
like cool
chill
fighting music, right?
vibe.
Right.
Right. He has to do a Constitution saving throw first.
A Constitution saving throw, as you will. That would be a total of 4.
That is a failure.
I would imagine so. That is
And
a
that is
gorgeous
9.
It's a D12? God damn, sir.
die. 8, 9. With that, he is bloodied. With that, we are at the start of the round. Nespip, you will have used your action, of course, for the fireball. Beyond that, you can still do everything else.
So my action is gone for this round completely. Okay. Yeah, I can't do much. I don't want to step away right now. I'm gonna stay there.
And that's it?
Yeah, I have no action. I don't have anything for bonus action, I think.
Fair enough.
You're hiding behind the rocks like we had talked about, right?
Did you
Yeah.
hop
Did you
off the
hear
rock?
that?
I'd imagine you've done that, right? So that'll give you at least half cover.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
probably stand somewhere
That's-
beside it, hiding a bit.
That's why I was
All right.
asking.
Fair point. Felix.
Is the fire still going?
Yes.
So it's at least partially illuminated, so I would not have
Yes.
disadvantage on attacks.
No. You can definitely see him.
Okay, and since he was sleeping, he does not have his armor on. Okay. Then he will go over here, that's 15 feet, and do whip attack.
Nice.
This is just so cool. Heck yeah.
That's a
17.
17
That
hit.
hits.
6 slashing.
Cool. Just for the heck of it, you just slash a tentacle right off with the whip.
Okay.
Nice.
And he will walk right back.
Yeah, I get that.
Hey, stay here.
Have fun over there.
Fuck
This
you.
turn.
All right. The tentacled horror that is standing here just looks over at Nespip, who is closest to him, and with this gargling sound in its voice,
No.
it whips a couple of tentacles towards you.
Nespip has the highest
For a
AC.
dirty
That's
20.
good.
Yeah,
Oh
that's it.
no! That's still gonna hit though.
That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are considered grappled.
Okay. That's,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Elodie.
Okay. She is freaking out a little bit. She's gonna step here, just
Mhm.
forward 5 feet, and throw a dagger at him because
Sure.
she's too weak to be caught by those tentacles. She will die if she's caught by those tentacles. So she's just gonna throw a dagger.
Okay.
I think it's still within the range that isn't disadvantage or anything, right? It's yes. Oh, 15 feet? Is that would that have
If
been
you throw
better
a
if I
dagger,
would have
that is.
stayed?
Hmm?
Would that have been better if I would have stayed back here? Because I think I would have. Here, I can go here. Maybe that is that 15 feet.
What are you trying to do in terms of distance and whatnot?
I'm trying to make it so it's at least 20 feet away.
Right. You can do that.
Okay. I don't know.
Your dagger has
what the heck.
a range of 20 feet.
Yeah, it's 20, and then the high one is 60, but I think it has to be at least 20 or else it's disadvantage.
No.
Or is that not how that works?
No,
If
within
it's
you can
more
throw
than
within.
20.
That's exactly it. Yeah, if it's within 20, that is a normal attack, normal throwing attack. Anything above that, up to 60, is disadvantage. Anything above 60, auto miss. Too far away.
Auto miss. Okay, never mind. Then I would have moved forward because that would have made me within 15 feet, so that would be not disadvantage. And he is kind of in the fire here, so I can kind of
You can see him.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For me.
I don't have any dark vision, so and I'm gonna throw this dagger. And because okay, refresh me on sneak attack. I can use it if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
Yes, that would be
Is
Nespip.
there?
So because he's
That would
grappled,
be Nespip. Okay, so I. But if he's grappled, then
he's still an
that's not
enemy
really-
of your enemy.
he's still in it. Okay, so it's not that they have to be threatening them. It's just that they have to be right there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
And they shouldn't be
that
paralyzed
adds-
or whatever. But Nespip is still alive and kicking.
So I still have to hit though. So let's roll the hit.
Yeah.
first. 11? That's probably not gonna hit.
With an 11, you actually hit.
What?
Hey, it's dude.
Oh,
it's the
we're
very
level
first
one.
encounter. Yeah.
We're level 1.
You're level 1. Like, this is not going to be tough.
Okay. So, I should be able to do no damn. What the fuck is this?
fine, dude.
Okay.
You roll both.
So
Yeah,
You
you
roll
roll
both.
both.
You
I
have
roll?
8
Oh,
damage.
it's 8.
That's good.
Okay,
got 8.
okay. I
You got
didn't
8,
realize
yeah.
that the sneak
Yep.
attack added. Okay, cool. So
All right.
8. Yes, I did 8 damage.
What happens?
Just right into that fleshy middle.
What happens with that? You kill him.
Yes. Okay. That was. I'm never gonna say that again. Okay. So yeah, she goes into like, I think like a really instinctual move of just like dagger out, throw. And right, I think she hits him right in the just like middle, just like the fleshy middle part.
Awesome.
And it just stabs right through. And I think you see her like kind of like be like kind of come out of something maybe after she's done. Like she didn't really realize what she was doing. She just fucking threw it and was like, okay, oh, whoa. And yeah, she's gonna be just kind of speechless for a minute here.
I love that. Your dagger hits the heart of this creature because as much as it looks like a tentacled horror, this used to be a human, and a lot of their vital organs are still very much in place where they are. So you hit him in the heart. Yeah, that's a showstopper for him. Rickard, or what was left of him to begin with, is no more. And it seems that it is quiet again around the camp.
I'm gonna take some distance from the thing and cast a Cure Wounds on myself. I would probably take out. You see, I'm taking out a dirty-looking rug, or rug.
How
Where
dirty is this rag?
it's just
Oil and
some
whatnot.
rag. It's some rag I got from somewhere, and there is like a tar-like substance on it, and I just smack it on
Ew.
there where the creature hit me.
On the wound?
Hey,
I feel like
bandage
that should do
myself with that.
damage.
It keeps the stuff that's supposed to stay inside.
Oh my god.
love it.
That is
Keep the
beautiful.
inside, the outside.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Oh, that's icky.
I'd be like Nesbit, you all right? You got he gave you a hug there.
It
You
really
okay?
fucking hurt.
Oh no, only 4.
I mean,
Aw.
does it matter if we're about to take a long rest?
True. But
No, doesn't matter. But for now,
Nibarlin reaches into his pockets again, and then also just lets out another disappointed sigh. He goes, "You gonna make it, buddy?"
Yeah, I'm gonna make it.
Okay. I go over to Rickard. I was like, "Rickard, you should let him look at your arm. This is maybe this could have been avoided."
it doesn't feel inclined to respond to you, but but yeah, you could very clearly see. Yeah, you could very clearly see that where his left arm was, there is just a giant tentacle. The rest on his back and everything must have sprouted during the night, but that very strong, prominent tentacle where his left arm was, you get the feeling that might have already been there.
I'm
I thought I
gonna
saw
kind of. I'm gonna kind of sigh and then also look into the tent.
If you look inside the tent, unfortunately, you notice that Endra has succumbed to whatever he did to her when he transformed.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds about right.
I'll go over to Elodie. I'm just like, yeah.
I thought I saw the I didn't think it was real. I thought I was just tired. I step up and try to get my dagger out of his chest.
It lets go with like a little like icky slosh. Like
Squelch. I
yeah.
don't like that at
Polly
all.
looks to Aaron and
Um,
like Drakkenheim claims 2 more. They were fine combatants.
Really, so did you know that he was like this?
No, I had my suspicions, but he was separated when he got attacked. And when he came back, he had already bandaged himself up, and I didn't find the cause to press the issue further.
Oh, I'm
Is that
glad you
like
at least.
a regular issue?
It's more common than you think.
At this point, Aaron has also joined the post-fight conversation. And he joins in with that. He says, yes, unfortunately, this does happen a lot. We see it in Emberwood Village quite a few times as well. We're not sure what this is, but people get affected by things in Drakkenheim. And if I have to be perfectly honest, this one was one of the better looking ones.
He totally keeps his,
I mean,
his
yeah.
head down low while still like addressing errands. Like, have the paladins found a cure yet?
I'm not sure if I like them, but no.
I'm gonna say better looking. Like, I mean, the tentacles could be better, but I mean, are they better shaped in like the other ones have better form?
I've seen people turn into a complete pile of flesh or sprouting a mouth the size of your head. It
Those are the
changes
small
people
ones.
into unspeakable things.
What does?
We're not sure, but we suspect that it's something to do with the mist itself or the creatures that are inside of it. You and he pointed at Tony. You said he was attacked, right?
Quietly.
Yeah. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes people that get hit by things or get bitten, they suffer from this sort of mutagenic disease. And if it's not too severe, people usually are able to either cope with it or, well, there are people that can cure it. There's a couple of followers of the falling fire that are able to contain it. There's the paladins, of course. Their servants of the fire are able to help. But when it gets too severe, well, this is what ultimately happens.
And it happened to me now as well, since he hit me. Or
I hope not.
How do
I
you
don't
feel?
hurt. I don't seen any tentacles yet, so maybe good.
So, out of game. Slight spoiler, but this is important. Whenever something like that does pop up for you guys, there will be a mechanic that'll be like involved there. So as long as I don't call out the mechanic, you're still fine. Generally
Like if you
speaking,
would
don't be afraid to get hit by everything. Like it's like, oh, if I get hit, it's over. But this is just a real threat that exists in Drakkenheim.
Yeah, he wasn't
For now,
exactly
you're fine.
biting you either.
We
He
can get
wasn't, like,
mutations.
chomping.
It's 3 armors for the price of 2.
Get 2
There's
arms for the
that
price of
bard
1.
joke.
Just
Oh, damn! I didn't see that. Hold on. That was that one.
Privately rolled.
Okay. Cool.
I think we should try and take a rest for what we can right now. And I don't want to get to Emberwood Village. It's not far anymore from here. And I think we should just gather our strength and get there so I can pay you guys and we can all go on our respective ways. Unless there's anything else, I'm going to go get some sleep.
I'll take the last watch.
before I go to bed, I'm gonna. I totally did. Did they ever pay you?
No, I don't do this for pay.
Huh. All right. I guess I'm gonna call it night then.
All right. For the final watch, what do you do, Elodie?
Honestly,
I got a kitty crying.
oh, she takes just like an old rag from her pack and cleans off her knife. And just
Stained
kind
with
of
oil.
No, it's not stained with oil. It's just a rag because I'm a normal person. It doesn't.
Okay.
Shots fired.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's not stained. It's just like a clean, like I would use it to wrap a wound, but my dagger's all dirty, so I'm just gonna clean that. And I mean, I'll try to keep watch, but honestly, I think she's a little shaken by what just happened. And so a lot of that watch is just kind of cleaning and looking up at the fire and like maybe listening. And something that I probably should have talked to you about this before, but the thing that makes Elodie a variant human is she does have a feat. It's the telepathic feat.
I hope you have two of them.
I just have one. Just one feat.
No.
Oh no, I hate you. No, FEAT, sir.
Oh, right.
No, I have a feat, but she so it's just that I can cast detect thoughts once per long rest, but I've kind of colored it so that she doesn't know that she is telepathic.
That's
So
what I
I
was
think
getting from your
yeah,
breakdown.
I
so-
think it would come up in this because she's listening, so her like powers kind of like out there. So it would work if there's like any thinking beings, like she might be able to detect that they're there and she wouldn't know why. But yeah, she hasn't really honed it at all. She doesn't know that it is within her. And yeah, it might even come up more now that she's not really focusing like that hard, but she is like listening and kind of just cleaning her knife and trying to process what just happened.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So you subconsciously cast detect thoughts, basically.
Kind of.
Hmm.
It has
I
a
like
30-foot range. There's a
For
30-foot
now?
range. Yeah.
For now, that doesn't trigger anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And around you, around camp, everything has returned to normal as far as normal can apply to this situation.
Do you
With
want me
that,
to make a roll
a roll for what?
for the watch? Don't I
For the watch itself,
roll
I,
for the
I, I already did
Oh,
to see if
you roll
something.
for the watch. Right. I feel like when we did Phandalin, Hollis rolled badly for a watch and like something happened, but
Yes, but that was a different scenario.
that was a different scenario. Okay.
With that, night turns into day, and as light returns back to the land, you will notice the ravages of last night that still stain the floor.
Purple.
Before we wake up, do you guys want to take a 5-minute break? Because I can use some water.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need to pee.
That's
Yeah,
good.
are we still oh right, because this started at 2. I'm dumb. Okay.
Yeah, no,
yes.
we started. We had a lot of banter
I'm like, we
going on.
usually
That's
are
why.
ending right now. No, we still have tons of time. Cool, awesome.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
still have.
we also had 10-15 minutes of banter. So,
And
we
that
did.
too.
We did have some
but
banter.
yeah, 5 minutes would be great right now. I need to pee.
Yep. See you in a
Yeah.
bit.
Sounds good.
Unfortunate citizen. All right.
I'm speedrunning setting up beyond 20 because I noticed that my hammer is already the wrong damage and everything in Foundry.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
God, I'm so in love with this song right now.
Which one?
The latest one from League of Legends, the Still Here.
I think I've heard a bit of
Oh,
it. Did I use that in the
so good.
in the announcement?
Yeah, in the latest season.
Mhm.
It's so good. They've collaborated with a lot of massive names. All right, new day.
New day indeed.
So let us.
My wife was telling me that she had turned on the stream for a little bit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you
Did
probably
she like it?
saw.
Did she hate it?
Yeah, it was bagel bites in the stream. You
Oh!
probably saw her comment. Yeah,
I figured that was probably her, and she made the best
Yeah.
typo ever.
yeah.
What did she say?
She said, "Woo, going to Barland." I said, "Handsome as fuck Ranger." And then here comes the typo. He plays with his sword and also with his looks. Wait, slays with slays with his
Plays with his sword. I
best
love
type
that
like
so
ever.
much.
It was so good. Yeah, no,
Uh,
it's adorable.
That's good.
Give your lady a d20 and ask her to roll seduction, okay?
Yeah.
He plays with his sword. Love it. All right. So it is a new day, and you all woken up, I imagine. You're still packing up camp, so Aaron is also still looking around to help out with that. As you're packing up, Tony, are you looking over the corpses of your once adventuring party?
No.
Okay. Is anyone else?
I was because I'm now it's daylight. I'm checking out. I mean, like looking at it all night. I wouldn't have been looking at it all night, but in the morning I'd be looking at it again in the daylight.
All right. I mean, they still look terrible. I mean, he does. She looks just
He looks
like she
terrible.
did, just dead. But he just absolutely
Yeah,
looks
how did he
like,
kill her? Did he smack her or squeeze
oh
her?
no,
or
broken
what did
neck.
he
Like it
do?
was just a tentacle around her neck.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Very nasty.
The rest we can't
Um,
do live.
yeah, no, that's um are you gonna inspect him or anything, or just like look at him?
Oh, I was inspecting him. Yeah, I was using my spear. I was like kind of moving it around to look at
Poking.
not that spear, my friend.
He plays with his spear as well.
I wasn't thinking of that. Oh my god, you guys are so immature.
I didn't say anything this time. I'm innocent.
Rolls.
Yeah.
DeBarlin, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There's stats.
That is barely enough for what I want you to do, or
Okay,
what I
good.
want you to find. So, as you're prodding him here and there with your spear, at some point you notice that there is this little purse that falls off of the side of this person. It contains 25 gold.
Pick it up. Like, I told you said they weren't going to pay you, right?
I'm not here for coin.
I guess they won't need this anymore. I look over at what's his name? The Caravan.
Aaron?
Aaron?
Marlo,
Yeah.
Aaron. Said, well, got some golden here. I think I didn't really get a shot off, so I don't know if I deserve this, but here's let's kind of jingle a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 25 golden here. Here's I pull out 5. It's like here'd be some of my share from this gold to help repay from our helpful highway guard visit to help recoup that gold you had to shell out here.
Oh, it's very kind of you. Thanks, sure. And he takes the gold.
Was he in the initiative? I feel like he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
He was hiding in
Oh,
his
he
tent.
was? Okay.
No. He's got like 4 hit points and like an armor class of 10. He's not
4?
in the initiative tracker.
Oh, baby.
Normal civilians have 4 hit points. Remember this whenever you play a bard, because there are a couple of area of effect spells when you like try to persuade an audience that can do psychic damage for 4 to 5 points. You can literally wipe out
and then
an
you
audience
just
with that.
kill everyone.
You kill your audience. Yeah. So just like
He killed last night, literally.
I'm getting a feeling. I'm getting a feeling of Dark Urge Bard.
This music slays.
God, that's a cool. No, hear me out. Like, just like you need to go back again. But like, quick, there is a school for bards. It's called the College of Spirits, which is all about like occults, like shit and whatnot. What if you actually play like a sub necromancer with that, and you kill your audience, and then just like take their life essence? It's fucking cool. That's a cool story.
Brings a whole new.
Give too many ideas. He
Gives a whole new meaning to
yet.
face melters.
Yes. Anyways, Drakkenheim.
I look over at Felix. I was like, we didn't really do any of the heavy lifting. What do you say we reward these two? And I look over at Nespit and Melody.
Just as a note, Nespip would have gotten up with all of you, would have grabbed his stuff, moved it to the wagon, thrown it in there, and gone back to sleep on the wagon.
Oh,
Okay.
He would have done this multiple times during the journey.
Well,
Fuck having a sleep schedule, right?
Yes.
anyway, well, I'm trying to get as we didn't really do anything. I was going to give the rest of it over to the last 20 over to the two who actually did some of the fighting, since totally doesn't do it for money.
I don't really care about it either. So do what you will.
Yeah, well, here you go.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, y'all deserve. Y'all earned it.
So you give 10 to Elodie and you drop like 10 gold in like a small pouch next to
Yeah, I tuck it into his little back, into one of his little pockets.
That's cute. Yeah.
So,
all right.
Okay.
He's probably gonna use it for armor making.
You doubled my money.
Well,
woohoo!
If you're all done, I'd like to get underway to Emberwood Village. You with the face. Totally, was it?
You know,
With
again.
the face? Is that what he said?
It's only a couple miles. If you want, you can like sit on the back or whatever if you're going there.
Appreciate it. And with that, he'll move to the cart slowly.
All right. Let's get going then, shall we?
I guess I'll take bowstring again.
All right. So the cart is loaded up again with the camping supplies that you use to make camp. Everyone gets back up on the camp. Aaron hitches the horses and makes for Emberwood Village. And you're going to go there and drive for about, say, 2 to 3 more hours before you get to the edge of Emberwood Village. Now, I hope this is going to work because it should, but I forgot to prep one thing when I started the campaign today. So if this doesn't give any audio, I might have to redo something, and that might double up the audio. If it does, I'm very sorry. If it doesn't, then great. But we're doing scene switches, which is something new. Enjoy. I
Ooh,
believe that was double.
it was double,
Yes.
but it was cool.
It still
was
came off pretty cool though.
intense.
Cool. All right. It's a couple hours into the day, so I'll remove the sleeping token from Nespik for now. If you want to stay asleep, I'll leave that up to you.
Woken up.
You arrive on the edge of Emberwood Village, as you could have, as you heard and read. Emberwood Village used to be a very small hamlet, just a couple of people living here, and there was like a blacksmith, and that was really it. Nowadays, it has grown to so much more. There is a rather large watchtower right across the bridge. But there are multiple other things to see. There's a chapel. There is a caravan court with a lot of people selling and buying stuff. And the town is just bustling with life. It is not a city by any means. It's still very much a town. But you notice that this is no longer the small hamlet that it apparently used to be. As you get to the edge of town, Aaron Marlowe stops the cart, gets off, and reaches for like a rather large saddlebag. And he says, "All right, listen, I want to thank all of you for helping me out. Like, we're here, so wonderful. So Elodie, Nespip, Felix, and Barlin, was it? Getting good at this. For each of you, there is 25 gold for, well, helping out. And he pays the four of you 25 gold each.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to go get set up in the middle of town. If you need anything, I'll be with the other caravaneers. Probably have some things ready by then, but do have a look around. It's been nice traveling with you. And if you ever look for more work, you can always ask. All right. All right.
Will
Well,
do.
best of luck with you, and don't get killed in Drakkenheim. I think you're much more worth living than dying. Goodbye. And he
Oh, sweet.
hitches his horses and gets across the bridge towards the caravan court.
Takes his apples to sale.
Get your apples. Come get your apples.
All right. You are at the edge of this town. What do you want to do?
Is there a place
Is it where-
that Atoli would have squatted down several times, like abandoned or somewhat lightly?
I think of all the places that you like, there is a hotel in town, which is called the Red Lion Hotel. I think it is out of your price range. Like, it's very exclusive and expensive. If you would have had the coin, you might have gone there, but it's really expensive. Beyond that, there isn't really a place that has rooms or anything, but you can always ask around if there's a building vacant. Your best bet for that would be the Skull and Sword. You know the Skull and Sword if you've been here before. It is one of the bars that is in town.
That's what I figured.
this-
Like, he's been here before, but like he's been here several times probably. But it's like a place that's not frequented by anyone.
There's some like vacated houses, but like unless you want to just like squat somewhere, you probably want to ask before just doing that.
I think you're like, yeah, I want to squat somewhere.
Gotta live, gotta live.
As you move over the bridge,
I'm
as you move over the bridge, there is a little girl sitting up in the large dead tree on the other side of the water. And she sees you coming in, and she looks down and she says, "Hey, welcome. Show you around for a gold."
Totally looks up at her and like unhinges the hood a little bit, so she's the only one that can see his entire features, and then covers himself again.
Her facial expression changes, and not for the better.
And then he just keeps on walking.
Well, since the only person that I know that's from, well, I guess who's familiar with the area is walking off. Little girl, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Emma Crow. My dad owns the blacksmith here.
Emma Crow, I'm Nabarlin, and I'd be happy to give you a gold if you could point out some of the, I guess, some of the areas here, because it's the first time I've come.
Sure. And she hops down from the tree rather nimbly.
And she,
How
I'm
old
looking
is
at her
she?
too. Is what like
Oh,
is
she's
she?
young.
Is she?
She's like 8.
Oh, 8?
And
Seriously?
Yeah, like
Okay. I thought
and
maybe like
before
10.
10 is fine too. Like just a kid.
Right.
before I start like getting too friendly with her, I mean, does she give off rascally street urchin vibes? Like, is she trying to calm me, or is this just like she's just trying to be a little kid and help out get some money?
She looks like the kind of kid that can take care of herself. Her immediate
Does
vibe.
she
I mean,
have
she
a
looks.
weapon?
She does actually, yeah, and a rather fine one at that as well. She just said that
Right,
her
because her
father is a
dad's a
blacksmith, and
blacksmith. Right.
yeah. Also, looking at her clothes, they're practical but okay made. I would say well made because it's not like it's not high quality, but it doesn't look like she lives on the street by any means.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. All I need is for like, oh, come here, look in this back alley. And then everybody jumps out and attacks us.
Right.
I would never do that. You know that.
You would never
Well, Emma,
ever do that.
I'm gonna pull out do one of these and be like, pull a gold coin out of her
Oh.
ear and like,
That's so cute.
She'll like that actually.
Oh God.
Emma, give her a gold coin and be like, there's a. So where could we go if we needed to buy some goods? If we needed to buy, find out where people go around here.
Oh, well, you're standing right next to the watchtower right now. Watchtower is a small place where the people that go into the city with the green cloaks, they come here to rest and train a little bit.
What's this?
Oh,
Or is
that is
this?
yeah. Like you point to that like round building over there.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
she points over there as well. She says, "Oh, that's our chapel. It's called the Chapel of Saint Ardena. That's where the Flame Keepers do their stuff with the faith and whatnot. I'm not really sure what that is, but like they keep a fire going. It's really nice and warm in there. Yeah, they got visitors right now. Very important lady, from what I understood. Well, then there's the watchtower right in front of you, and she points towards the middle of the town. She says, "That's Caravan Court. That's where all the caravaneers are. They sell their stuff. If you want to sell some stuff as well, you can do that over there." She points to the middle of town. Then there's a couple of bars. There's the Skull and Sword. That's very creepy. It's over there. It's got a skull above a door and a skeleton and a sword. I think that's why it's called a Skull and Sword. Anyways, then there is also the other building over there. That's called the Gilded Lily. It's very pretty. It's also a bit expensive.
Where have I heard the Gilded Lily before?
You haven't heard it before, but my streaming group is called the Gilded Flask.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Okay. Like I've heard gilded. What's gilded?
Yes.
Should have just called it the Gilded Flask.
I should have, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I also asked, like, you got a little startled by the gentleman we walked in with. What startled you about him?
It looks creepy.
How?
I guess what I've already noticed is snake eyes at this point, or is he been just? Have you been like totally shielded?
You might have noticed a few scales along his neck.
Okay. Well, then all right. I won't press further because I'll assume that's what she's talking about then.
Then there is the Red Lion Hotel. That's over there. It's very expensive. It's very pretty. You can have very fancy food over there if they have it. But when they do, it's very expensive. Then there is the Bark and Buzzard, which is on the other side of town, near the farms. It's also a place where you can get a drink. My dad likes to go there. It's a very nice place. They have a very lovely lady serving bar there. There's a farm over there. There's a lot of people that are sitting in tents. Those people are getting ready for a pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word. Pilgrimage.
Yeah, they want to go into Drakkenheim for things. That's not the farm over there. And then over here, like just beyond the caravan court, that's where my dad works, and that's our house as well. It's called Crow and Sons because my dad works there with my brother. And they're called Crow, like I am Emma Crow. So that's why it's called Crow and Sons, because my brother worked there. And that's pretty much it. There's a lot of houses as well, but I don't know who lives over there. Any questions?
What's your dad's name?
Bro.
Oh, I usually just call him Dad, but a lot of other people seem to call him Tobias, which is a sensible thing because that's his name.
Oh, okay.
You're quite good at this, Emma.
I've done this
And I
quite a
give-
few times, and she jingles
I
like a
give
little
her-
pocket that she has, and you can hear.
I give
coins
her
in there.
another. I give her another gold coin.
She gets really excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, in that case, have you heard about Rattlecan?
What? Rattle?
Have you heard about Rattlecan? Yeah. You like
What's
you
that?
like you got a dagger over there. My dad didn't make that one, I can tell. But you have a weapon. Like do you like to fight?
I fight when it's necessary. I don't really enjoy it, but
Yeah.
do you like
So-
to fight?
No.
She doesn't. She said no.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
But Rattlecan
Does
does.
your brother?
Radican does.
Yeah. So near the
Radican.
Bark and
Who's
Buzzard,
Radican?
there's like a little field behind it, and there's a suit of armor, and it moves, and you can kick it, and you can hit it, and you can do stuff to it. And when you break it, it builds itself up again. It's really cool.
Oh, so it's like a dummy, like a practice dummy.
I don't know what that
thing.
is, but probably.
Like people
Interesting. Does it fight? Does
test
it
out
fight
their
back if
skills
you?
on it.
Yeah, if you hit it, does it hit you back?
No, you can totally hit it in the knee, and then like it falls down. It's really funny.
Interesting.
You've never fought it though? Has your brother?
Oh, I did. No, I did. Like I once kicked it in the shin, and it fell down. Really funny.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Dad says I'm not supposed to, but I like doing it.
Really interesting.
Is it normally
Emma-
not for kids?
I don't know. I think it's for kids. I like it.
Has it always
Well,
been
Emma,
there?
you've been very. Wait, what'd you say?
Has it always been there?
No,
the armor-
I believe they found it in Drakkenheim at some point, and they brought it here, and someone bought it and just put it down there for giggles, and like I like it.
For giggles.
Mm-hmm. And other things too, but I'm not supposed to say that.
For kicks and giggles.
I think
For
you
kicks
see
and giggles,
Elodie
yes.
smiling for like the first time in like 3 weeks. Like she hasn't been smiling.
Aw.
But this kid is very cute.
Well, Emma, you've been very helpful. I guess if we ever, I guess we have any other questions, probably can find you around.
Sure. I'll either be at the blacksmith or I like sitting in the street looking at like other people coming into town. Oh, and there's also the shrine.
The shrine,
The shrine.
is that
Yeah.
different than
It's
the temple?
different from the temple? Yeah.
Yeah. So the temple it's like a chapel, which I don't know what the difference is, but they're both really tied to religion and stuff. But this is called a chapel, so it's not a temple. But I think
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But there's people in there, and they do stuff with the fire. So that is of the fire. But then there's also the shrine, and that's over there. And she points like behind you, basically, like over the bridge and to the right. She says, "Do you see those tree
Oh,
stumps over there? Those tree stumps. If you go a little further, there's like a stone shrine made with stone, and it's really creepy because there's this
Huh.
old lady that lives there, and she says that all the fire stuff is malarkey, which I don't know what that is, but she doesn't like fire, and
pretty
she
big
does
word.
like things in nature. She likes leaves
Huh.
and lightning and water and not fire. And she says that the old gods are better than the new gods, and I don't know why that is, but like she likes to live over there by herself. I sometimes bring her berries.
Do you know her name?
I believe her name is Zoya.
How do you spell that, DM?
I can't spell.
No, the DM. Come on,
Oh.
you can spell.
Well,
I didn't say Emma. No,
That would be Zoya.
that's what I thought. Okay. All right. Okay. Emma, I have one more question for you.
Yeah?
And I take my locket off. And I open it, and it has a small, very small picture of a boy with blonde hair and blue eyes, and he is standing next to a girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. And he looks about like 10, and she's like 9, and they're wearing rags, but they're smiling like really big. And it's like kind of like a sketch, but it has color. Like it's like a colored pencil kind of sketch, but it's really good. It's just small. And I show her the picture, say, so you know how you have a brother? I have a brother too. But I don't know where he is. And he looks like me, like the hair and the blue eyes, and I think he may have come here. It would have been a couple weeks ago, though, and since you've been in that tree and you've probably meet a lot of the people who come in here, I didn't know if you'd seen someone who looks like this. He wouldn't be this old. He would be a little older than me, and a little taller than me, but yeah, I'm looking for him, and I didn't know if you'd seen anyone like that.
I haven't seen a lot
I would
of
have
blonde
I would
people.
have pulled her aside to tell her this. I would have pulled her over here.
Sure.
So I don't know if you guys were paying attention to me, you probably would have heard that, but yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I have seen someone like that. I could keep an eye out for you if you want to.
That would be really nice. Thank you.
So he looks like you, but then like a boy, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I can look for that.
Yeah, his name is Marcus. Yeah, if you call that name out and he looks up, then that's probably him.
Okay.
I don't know, he might have made it in the side of the city already, or he might have not come through here, but yeah. I don't know if you like your brothers a lot, but he's the only family I have left, so.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. I haven't seen him, but maybe when I do, I'll be sure to tell you.
Thank you, Emma. And I give her another gold, please.
3 gold. This
'Cause I am
making this kid's day.
I'm making this child's day. This is truly
Mayor of
highway
Emberwood here.
highway robbery happening here.
I also
I've
had,
given her 2 gold pieces so far. Yeah.
Yes,
And then
this
I would let her scurry off.
I also have a question.
Yes.
Do you know if any dwarves are in town currently?
Dwarves. Yeah, there's a couple of dwarves. They hold a couple of rooms in the Red Lion Hotel.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. You're not a dwarf, are you?
No, I'm a gnome.
Oh, is that different?
Yeah.
About 2 feet.
Oh, oh. I never noticed that
Unless
dwarves have
they're-
4 feet instead of 2. Wait, do dwarves have no feet? You see, like, all the
love
questions
this.
on this kid's
I
face.
love this.
Oh, I'm not. I'm
child.
like I didn't say that in character because I'm like I totally is not there.
Okay. Well, if you don't need anything, then I'll be up in my tree. And if you need me, just yell.
Okay.
Thank you, Emma.
As she hops back onto the tree branch. Very happy with the 3 gold that she made today. Where do you guys want to go?
I'm continuing the direction that Satoli was walking. I guess he walked past the caravan area. So that's where I'm walking that direction.
He walked straight to the well, not straight, but he sauntered to the Gilded Lily while taking hold of the situation around town. At the Gilded Lily, he would have made a deal with somebody announcing that he was headed for Drakkenheim, and if anybody would be willing to pay him a meal and a drink, then he would bring something back for them.
All right. So as you go to the Gilded Lily, this is a very gorgeous building. Like in contrast to the rest, the only other building that sort of rivals it in terms of the class and prettiness, if you will, would be the Red Lion Hotel. But the Gilded Lily definitely looks very pretty.
Whoa.
It's a very lavish building. It's 2-story high, and it is surrounded by a veranda decorated with swirling lily motif and painted completely purple. You're noticing that on the inside there's like large golden lamps, and there is a small stage set inside, in front of a couple of rows of candlelit tables, and there's a floral arrangement that lines the walls. You're noticing that the bar itself is well stocked with wines and spirits from all across the continent.
Okay, so is anybody willing to pay me a good meal and drink?
You asked that, like
Yes.
inside the Gilded Lily?
Yes. Like he's announcing that he's headed for Drakkenheim and willing to bring back payment. It's an investment, basically.
So as you yell that out, one of the proprietors will actually approach you, and she will say, "Hello, welcome to the Gilded Lily. We're not really used to adventurers bargaining like that in our establishment. We have a menu if you'd like that."
I have no coin, and therefore I cannot pay directly, so I must bargain my way for a meal.
Well, that is very unfortunate. Perhaps if you do happen on something worth trading, we can provide you with that. But unfortunately, like you, there's a lot of other people out there who need services and food and whatnot. If we keep giving everything away, we wouldn't be open for very long now, would we? So I hope you can find whatever you're looking for on the road.
Well, with that, he's going to pull back his hood a little bit and reveal his face and kind of continue the bargaining a little bit, saying, I will return from Drakkenheim. I live there. I know the place. I need provisions or food.
She seems relatively unfazed by your move. As a matter of fact, she doubles down on what she said. And she says, listen, we've had our fair share of creepy people coming through here. I've seen a lot worse than what happened to you, whatever that is. And I would like you to leave right now if you don't have any coin.
He smirks a little bit and just nods fairly, lowering the hood again, but taking a mental picture of her.
Sure.
Valiant effort.
No, I expected. Honestly, I expected that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're going in without any coin, like.
To the
Worth a shot
fancy,
in
town.
to
Used to
the-
people.
Yeah, exactly. To the fanciest place possible. Hey, worth a
Yeah.
shot.
Worth a shot. We're still trailing behind them, and we're walking into the caravan area then.
So in the caravan area, there is currently 4 merchants. One of them you know as Aaron Marlowe, of course. There's a total of 4 merchants that are actively like hawking goods to some passers-by. You're noticing that all of them have a rather large caravan behind them, stocked to the brim with all sorts of things. Now, they all seem to specialize in one thing or another, where you notice that Aaron mostly has food, water, and things like that. But you're noticing the other 3 are also hawking various actual like materials. The gentleman that is the farthest away from you seems to be selling little pots and pans and compasses and rope and things like that. The gentleman with the eye patch seems to be mostly selling and buying these small purplish crystals. The gentleman on the other side, who is easily as big as the other 3 combined, is just sitting in front of his rather large wagon, smoking a hickory pipe and grinning as he catches your eye.
Well, I walk over there and because I see him smoking a pipe and ask him, "Hello, sir. You look like you might be selling something that maybe they don't have. I'm Barlin. What's your name?"
My name is Aldor. People around here call me Aldor the Immense. I got everything you need. What can I help you with? Nibarnan, was it?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm looking for some incense and herbs. You look like you might be able to help me find those.
Yes, I have that. Let me have a look for you. And he gets up, takes him a second, and he turns around, opens his wagon. You can make me a perception check as he opens the wagon.
14.
Two things you notice as this caravan opens. One, it looks really sizable on the inside. Unsurprisingly, perhaps, seeing the size of this man, but it's big on the inside, bigger than what you would have thought on the outside. Secondly, it might just be a glimpse, but you think you just caught, your eye caught something that by all accounts looked like a magic weapon. Like there was a subtle glow coming off of something. Seems like he has more than just common goods. Here we are. Block of incense and some herbs. And just a bushel of some herbs good for food. Or for something else.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually don't know. I just know I need herbs.
Man, after my own good taste, it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's a lot, right? Yeah. I like you.
This guy has a shtick.
Fun fact, by the way, Alder the Immense, the guys that wrote this adventure, Alder the Immense was one of his favorite characters, and the way he portrays him, I'm trying to honor it as much as he did. He did it the same way. Such an awesome character. Oh man, there's such a story behind this one.
Okay.
The block of incense. Just one.
How much you charging these parts?
Oh, let me have a look. That'd be So the normal price for a block of incense would be. Let's have a look. Cost 0. I don't believe that.
I guess maybe it's just based on how much I wanted.
No, there is a cost to it, but I'm quickly looking it up for you.
I mean, technically speaking, all material components just say so and so much incense worth. So you don't really care how much it is.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, what does it have to be worth?
I know. I guess say if you look up, it's like, what if I it's like, can I just get a gold worth of incense and herbs each?
Oh, well, yeah, I can do that too. I guess this would suffice. And he gives you some herbs and a bit of the block. And although it apparently is hopefully sufficient for whatever you're trying to do with it, it feels like it's not a lot for what you're going to be paying.
So, well, Nabarlin's wasted a bunch of money. I mean, you know, as the DM, I guess y'all also, he's been wasting a bunch of money on incense through his time. So he's a little.
In contrast to previous adventure, it feels like you're getting about half.
Well, I guess this might be fine for now, and I know a fine gentleman like yourself doesn't sell just herbs and incense.
What else are you looking for? Candied salmon, just got a little bit of that in. It's really good.
I'm watching this, by the way, listening.
Sure.
I say, well, surely out on the outskirts of Drakkenheim, you've got something a bit more unusual.
My friend, everything I sell is unusual. This is Drakkenheim. Everything I have is unusual.
I guess I'm getting as there's plenty of unusual things in Drakkenheim. Do you have anything that could help maybe make them, I guess, make things a bit easier to deal with?
um, sure. I might have something for you. Let me have a look. And he turns around, opens up his caravan again, and he rummages through that. And as he does, he turns back and he shows a very tiny ball in his hand. Maybe not a weapon or anything, but definitely interesting. Maybe this is something you could use.
I was looking for it. So I guess what does it look like to me? You say it's a ball, but like, is it just literally just a ball? I'm like, I'm not gonna buy a rubber ball for you.
It looks like
So-
it's about to play fetch with you.
Yeah.
It looks like a very small, like about in between a golf ball and a tennis ball, and about the size, about that size, and it's made of glass, like a glass sphere. It doesn't look like it's heavy though.
Is it smoky at all? Is it just clear? Or
It is completely clear and slightly bluish. There's a very subtle hue coming from it.
And this, I guess it looks really pretty. So it's like, well, that's awfully pretty. What, how would it help? What was it?
You would like a demonstration?
If demonstrations are free, then absolutely.
A man after my own heart. You understand how it works here. Well, this one is free. You already bought something, and I'm good at retaining clients. Have a look. And he lifts up the globe in the air, and as he does, and he lowers his meaty paw, the globe just stays there in the air. And he looks at it and he says, light. And as he says that,
oh,
the globe emits a light.
it's a
Oh.
little lamp.
It's a drift
little
globe.
floating lamp. Yeah,
It's
so
a-
spooky.
So this is called a drift globe, and drift globes are they're magical items. They're not that uncommon, but then again, it's a magical item, so you won't find everyone walking around with this. A drift globe is quite literally what you were just seeing. It is a floating device that sheds a bright light for, I believe, 20 or 30 feet, and dim light for another 20 or 30 feet. By spoken command, you can either make it make light, you can change the color of the light, and you can make it follow you.
Oh, very interesting. That is
So it's literally a free torch.
how much. I mean, that would be interesting. In what I've heard of Drakkenheim. How much would you charge for this?
This, well, for you, I can of course make a special price. Let's see. A man like you would definitely be able to pay 100 gold for this.
100 gold.
Excuse you? For a light bulb? Like a flashlight?
No,
I have-
you had it right. Literally a light bulb.
It's that is quite literally a light bulb. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
actually
what
another.
Yeah, okay.
Aldor looks around his caravan at like the girl, and he's like, "Not a bad name for it, actually. It's very smart of you."
Aldor,
No,
you
Elodie did not say that out loud. She just kind of like coughed. Just like, what the fuck?
Aldor,
In terms
you,
of- in terms of cost, by the way, for magical items, 100 gold for a drift globe is like it's still 100 gold. It's not the worst. It could be anywhere between 100 and 500 gold. Magic items are very costly in any setting.
Okay. Aldor, you flatter me saying I would pay something like this. We've been on the road for quite some time, and as you can imagine, I have some other expenses to take care of right now, so I may have to come back to you.
I can hold on to it for you.
But I appreciate the incense and the herbs, though. I will put these hopefully to use.
Wonderful. Well, if you are going to Drakkenheim, I wish you good luck. Make sure that you don't find yourself in dark areas, he says as he picks up the drift globe again. And the thing goes off. Now, if you're going into Drakkenheim, might I suggest that you do bring back some of those delirium shards? You must have heard of
I have. What do you know about them?
them. They're worth a lot of money.
Jesus Christ, did anybody
But
else
why?
feel that rumble in the earth?
Yeah, seriously.
But why are they worth money?
I believe there's people that require them for magical applications and whatnot. It's not my field of expertise. My field of expertise is making sure I get my money's worth. And well, my buddy Orson over there, and he points at the man with the eye patch. He really likes the bigger chunks of delirium. He has some contacts outside of this place that really like the larger chunks. But me, I'm interested in the small ones. They're easier to sell and buy. So if you ever come across them, I'd be very interested. And I'll pay top money for you for that.
Awesome. I know who to come to then.
Yes. Yes, remember the name Aldor.
Then I kind of give him a nod off and mosey on back.
He sits
Well,
back
this
on
was-
his stool that just buckles as he sits down and he puts the pipe back in his mouth.
While this conversation was going on, Felix would have tried to purchase some rations of our good friend.
Sure. And he would be, you would obviously be able to do that. How many rations would you like?
I mean, what is he charging for a ration for a day?
They're double price in contrast to what it is in the basic rules. If
So
memory
then
serves,
10 days.
that would be so 10. That's a gold, so that's 10 gold.
Yes.
All right. All right. Pleasure doing business with you, Felix. I'm glad that you're doing well. And
It
Hope
hasn't
this-
been that long yet.
well,
We'll see
true,
about
but
that in a few days.
if you're buying 10 rations, then I hope to see you at least in 10 days, right?
I'm an optimist at heart, I guess.
Just hopeful for some sales.
I guess I'd be looking for where our slightly scaly friend walked over to.
Oh, he came
Considering
back
he's
for
the-
now.
Oh, he came back.
Watching you guys get almost scammed.
Almost scammed.
At least I got something, and like you're still empty-handed.
Yeah.
Oh, get fucked.
I would have run to the merchant with the delirium straight away.
Mm.
Hey,
Yeah.
hello, good sir.
Yeah, what do you want?
Is this the delirium you have there?
Yeah.
How much do you want for it?
Well, this whole batch is spoken for, and he points at like a large crate that is like sealed and is giving off this octarine glow. Next to it, there's like a little crate, and there's a couple of like fist-sized delirium shards in there. Wasn't really planning on selling these, but you want to buy them off me? Usually, I'm the one buying.
I just want to know what the price is.
I guess I can tell you that. Yeah, you'll find these smaller ones. They're about the size of and he looks around and then he looks at your hand and he notices that you're missing a finger and he gets like a wicked grin on his face. About the size of one of your fingers. Like really small shards. They go for about 10 gold each. But then you get the bigger ones, and that's really where it gets interesting.
And
Um,
dangerous.
yeah, that too.
Why dangerous? If I were to use them or attack some, what do I need to be careful of?
Well, so you do know where these shards coming from, right?
Drakkenheim, so as far as I know.
We got ourselves a smarty pants. All right. Yes, they come from Drakkenheim, but where in Drakkenheim?
The meteor?
That's yes, probably what it is. You'll find them everywhere, attached to buildings, lodged into the ground, up on the tower. It's just lodged into everything, so you're gonna have to break it free. Now, these little ones, that's easy. Like, you just grab them and just pull them loose. Don't touch them with your bare hands, though. It's not smart. Put on some gloves, unless it fuses onto your skin and nasty things happen. But you can just lodge them loose, and that's a 10 gold easy find, like right there. But the bigger ones, we're talking excavation. You're gonna have to pick them loose, especially the large ones. And I've heard talk of these really, really big ones. They're about, and it looks you up and down again. Well, about like, instead of your hand, like the whole you, just like one solid crystal your size. I don't know if I have the cash flow to buy one of those, because those, man, that's the mother load. I can only imagine what's near the crater.
Okay. But you said don't touch them with your hands. What happens if I touch them without
Oh,
any-
they'll fuse with your skin and get under it. It's nasty business.
Get under it?
Yes.
Under
It'll try
it.
to fuse with your body and do all sorts of nasty things with it. That happens. Just cut off that limb. Save yourself.
Oh, okay. Good to know. But you say those little crystals are easy to find, so okay.
Yeah, you'll find them everywhere.
Well, and I'm looking at it. So if we grab one of the crystals you got, it would fuse with our hand.
If you just grab them just like that, no gloves, whatever, yeah.
Oh, okay, good to know that.
Intrusive
Yeah,
thoughts.
you put on some
Yeah,
gloves.
that's
You put on some gloves and you're fine, but like just with your bare hands, that's although I did hear that there are a couple of people that are able to just handle them with their hands. There was this cat person earlier. I don't know. Weird. Kind of looked like you, but then like a cat. They could just hold it in their paws. I don't know why. But the bigger ones, the ones that are about, and he looks you up and down again, about the size of your hand. You're a very useful like template of measurement. You know that, my good friend.
Oh my god.
Can I hire you?
No, not Felix.
You need to trademark yourself. Claim some royalties.
So can you make a fist for me like that?
I'm gonna make a fist.
Well, about that size worth of delirium, that's like 100 gold easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what do people use delirium for?
I got a couple of potential buyers outside of the city that like to use them in jewelry and whatnot. Hey, not my idea, but if they want to buy it off me, I'm fine with that. There's some talk about the mages of the Amethyst Academy that are studying it, looking for ways to implement it in their magics. I'm not a magic user, but they're buying it off of me like crazy.
Totally looks up in a slight surprise movement. Are they here?
The Amethyst Academy, yeah. I saw
Yeah.
someone. I saw one of them stalk the streets earlier today. They're in here in the town somewhere.
He exhales like a little quiet, like loudly, and then like lowers his head again.
Okay, so I guess if I wanted to know what I can do with them, I need to go to the Amethyst Academy.
Yeah, they're seen as the resident experts on what this all can do. My 2 cents, I'm not sure, but well, my 2 copper. We don't do cents here. We're pretty
Wow.
senseless in here.
Hey,
Uh,
a double Nintendo.
were my 2 copper. The rich bastards of the Amethyst Academy usually stay at the Red Lion Hotel. You might want to try it up there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Do come back and bring me some delirium, you hear? If you're interested, and I'm too.
I needed it myself, so we'll see.
You know, there's like a small like tang of pain as you say, "We'll see," as he like, you know, like
He knows the trade.
My God, this man. We'll see. God damn it.
I'm moseying over to Crow and Sons because I got one last thing to gather to
I'll follow you.
once again be futile.
oh sure.
Just like a couple steps behind.
So Crow and Sons is a rather gorgeous smithy. It is not much more than a one-level log cabin building-wise, but it is completely covered in all manner of tools and weapons and whatnot. And you can very clearly see the workbench, the stone forge that is attached to the building, the anvil, and the grinding wheel. This just looks like a place of work. Inside, you will very clearly notice a man with fiery red hair, a large beard, and some goggles on his forehead, who is smithing away.
There, it's like, uh,
Hello,
are you Tobin by chance?
Tobias.
Tobias by chance?
Tobias, yes.
Toplin was somebody
Hi.
else.
Yeah. We met your daughter Emma out front. We just got here because I'm motioning back to Elodie. We just got in town. We met your daughter Emma. Delightful girl. She kind of gave
I was
us
going to
the-
say, I hope she didn't cause you no trouble. She likes to beg for money. I'm sorry for that.
Oh, she didn't beg. She was offering a bit of a tour guide services for people just entering the city. So no begging at all.
All right. What can I do
Actually,
you
gave
for?
a pretty good talk about all the buildings. She knows a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'd hope so. She's been living here for 10 years.
It shows. She's able to point us out and it kind of gave us the whereabouts of what's going on here, especially we've been on the road for quite some time. Anyway, she had a great looking side piece and said you're one of the best blacksmiths around.
Sorry, did you say
Well-
side piece?
Yeah, her
I
weapon.
I mean, I don't like to brag, but I can say that if I'm the only blacksmith in town, I'm automatically also the best, right? So, what can I help you with?
Well, I just want to make some introductions as we're just getting here, in case we needed any work done. I want to put a face to the name, so we don't, in our time of need, we aren't just strangers walking up. But
Well-
I do have a strange request, though, right
All right.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, you're using some charcoal back there, aren't you? You're smithing.
Sure.
Do you mind if I take some? I'll be happy to pay you. Let's just say 10 gold.
10 gold for charcoal?
For charcoal?
Absolutely.
That's insane.
Are you planning to buy a bag or?
You're gonna
Just-
summon demons?
sac-
What the hell?
I'm gonna be really. I just know I need some charcoal, and every time I've gotten charcoal, I don't know.
You've paid 10 gold every time? You're getting cheated,
That's the-
dude.
no, that's the problem. I didn't pay 10 gold every time.
And you
I'm
think
paying
10
paying
gold
10
this-
gold will get you better charcoal? I think charcoal's
It'll give me
charcoal,
more-
right?
Give me more charcoal.
Oh.
So Tobias like puts his hammer down and he takes a good look at you and he says, "So listen, I appreciate the gesture that you did, and honestly, I was going to say to you that as much as I appreciate the introductions, you're one of many adventurers passing through, and there's no telling of you even coming back. You know, we see so many new faces. You know, no offense, of course, but if if I would introduce myself to anyone, but the 10 gold. Why do you need so many? Like, I'm not going to cheat you. That is way too much for charcoal, unless you're going to buy me out, in which case I'm going to say no, because I need all this for smithing. How much charcoal do you need? And I'll give you a fair price for it.
I look at it as this way, as a investment in our future relations. You say that you have plain renters come through and don't make it back. I'm pretty certain I'm gonna make it back. Because if I'm wrong, then that's just not good
That's
for
a
me.
red flag.
Elodie
Yeah.
absolutely chuckles.
I say I'm gonna make it back, because if I'm wrong, then that's gonna be a problem for me. So I have to make it back.
Hey,
Like, even a Tully
If-
seeing Elodie's reaction is going to chuckle a little bit.
listen, I'm trying to be square with you, but I hear you. And honestly, if that's how you look at it, I'd rather take the 10 gold off of you than your corpse being picked clean by the queensman in the city. So sure, I'll take your token of gratitude.
Yep, and I would love for you to have it rather than whoever those was. So
I feel
my corpse,
I feel we have a kinship there. I'd happily take your
my-
10 gold.
my corpse can't spend it, so yep, I'll just take a sack of charcoal.
Question for DM.
Yep.
Would this be a proper and fair point for me to, or for Tully to warn Nabarland about, throwing coin around that much, and considering with the groups that he's been running around with? Is there an imminent threat to knowing someone new just arrived and he's throwing 10 golds at fucking charcoal?
No, in Emberwood Village, honestly, like, throwing around money isn't that dangerous. There's other places where you would be more considerate. Over here, especially using it the way that he is right now. Yeah, that's a strategy. And whether or not it's a good strategy, we'll see in the future. But it's a strategy.
Well, I mean, also considering we just had somebody try to get 100 gold for a light bulb, I mean,
That's a magical item, though.
Yeah, it's
No, I guess
magic.
true.
Charcoal is
Yeah.
literally like dirt. So like burned
Well,
It's
dirt.
byproduct.
making good with the
We probably
blacksmith.
made
who
some
can-
charcoal at the fire last night. Like, why didn't you collect that?
Well, making good with the blacksmith who can repair our equipment is a good inroads to have.
All
I
right.
suppose.
Yep.
Take how many charcoal you need. Leave some for me, because I'll need to be able to operate today and tomorrow before I get a new batch. But take what you need, and I do hope to see you back. If you're as generous next time as you are right now, I hope we can do a lot of business together.
Well, I hope I make it back. Like I said, that's definitely plan A.
Good. Just as a little thing, I'm not one for superstition, but there is this one thing. If you go to Drakkenheim, be sure to kick Dave.
Who's Dave?
Dave?
So when you're going to travel into the city, you're most probably going to take one of the high roads. If you take the high road directly from Emberwood Village, you're going to run into a dead horse at some point.
Hmm.
That horse has been there for 15 years. Just go ahead and kick his corpse. That's good luck.
Anywhere
Interesting.
on the
You'll
corpse?
notice. Yeah.
As you probably could tell, I'm not from around here. Where I come from, kicking a dead horse is usually frowned upon, but there's a lot of backward things here, so that makes totally sense. Will do.
You notice that he wants to say something about you mentioning backwards, but then again, he's just making 10 gold off of charcoal, so he knows better to say anything about that. And he just smiles and nods. All right.
Yep.
I would have if Nabarland moved to walk away, I would step up
Okay.
and talk to this guy for a second.
Sure.
Mr. Crow,
Yes.
do you have and I show him my dagger. I've been working with this, and it's It's been fine, but I almost wonder if there's a longer blade that I could use. Something like I don't know, something light and stabby.
So like a dagger, but a long dagger?
Like oh, what's the friggin' word? Like
Rapier?
a yes, a rapier. That's exactly what it is.
Ah. Yeah, sure. If you wanna, that's a little different than what you're using right now, though. But if you think you can use that.
I mean, it's just a longer dagger, right? Like stab things with the dagger, stab things with the rapier. How different can it be?
Huh. Yeah, that's true. I have a couple over here, and he like shows a collection of rapiers. They're very well made. Like you can see, this man loves his craft.
Would
So
I
rapier
be
is
able
is
to
nothing more than a
afford
pointy
this?
pointy bit of metal, but there's like a
Yeah.
beautiful like hand guard made around it as well.
Okay.
You see that beyond just normal iron, he probably used like a little bit of bronze on it as well to just finish it
Ooh.
off. So these are 50 gold each.
Never mind then. I gave some gold to your daughter and I don't have 50 anymore, so.
I hope you didn't give her too much.
No.
Okay.
She was very helpful.
Well, I'm glad.
Well, Tobias, as I said, hopefully we'll be back.
I hope so too. Well, good luck out there, and we'll see you when we do.
All right. It's gonna trail behind you guys a little
Oh,
bit.
you're definitely heading into Drakkenheim then.
Well,
Elodie,
at least for a little bit.
Oh,
Felix approaches you. I think I have a bargain to offer you. And he points at the rapier at his side. I haven't been using this for a while, so for a mere pittance of coin, say
49.
30 gold.
30?
30 gold.
49. Did you say 30 gold?
Yes, for a mere 30 gold, I could part with it.
Can I look at the weapon? Where'd you get it?
Previous employments.
Make something up on the spot, sir. This is all improv here, people.
I mean, if you look at the weapon, it's actually a rather well-made rapier, and there probably is a small insignia somewhere on the basket of the weapon.
Would I recognize this insignia?
Would you be familiar with the royal houses of Caspia?
I would.
That's not near Drakkenheim, right?
It's the next country over, so to speak.
It's the next country. The whole country, though, over.
Yeah,
I
so
don't think I
the
would've-
Drakkenheim is the capital of Westermark, and the next country over is Caspia.
Okay. I don't think I would be familiar with that. I think I would know if you talked about it. I would probably know that it's the country, but I've never been there. So
Then you wouldn't
Well,
recognize the symbol.
I wouldn't recognize it.
Which family?
I would say-
which family is it of? By the way, like, I'm curious because there might be a very slim chance that she knows it. Very slim chance.
Well, it's House Jackson, of course.
House Jackson.
There is a fair chance that you
You
might
want me to
have heard of
roll?
this. Yeah, go ahead and roll for it because there is like
What is it? A history or?
that's a history check. Yeah.
Okay. God, Elodie has terrible modifiers except for 2 stats, and history is not one of them. So, oh, but she doesn't need it because she's a fucking boss.
Jeez, what is up with your rolls?
Damn. So you're not necessarily a history buff in the royal family per se, but you know, like you've lived in Drakkenheim. So you know
Yeah.
that the royal family over here is called the von Kessel family.
Mhm.
But royal families are royal families, and they marry into a lot of other families because that's what royal
Mm.
families do. So there are a lot of ties to royal families around. Because of that, you know, as a resident of Drakkenheim, you know that there is a strong tie to the royal houses of Caspia. And there's a whole bunch of them, but there are two very prominent family names that are tying in with the von Kessel family, which is the Jones family and the Jackson family. So through that, you might not know a specific Jackson family member because they're too far away from the actual royal family, but you know there's tie-ins with that name. That is something you would know. So if you hear the name Jackson, you know this is royalty.
Hmm. Where did you
Sorry, Miss
get
Jackson.
this?
Like I said, previous employments.
Can we make
If
it?
this is if it's a royal made
25?
blade, by the way, that means it's a very good blade as well.
Yeah. Can we make it 25?
30.
Fine. I'll take that. I'll take that up. I have the gold to spend.
Pleasure doing business
After
with you.
killing that person, yes, I will remove 30. You can add 30. And yeah, I'm basically just, I already had a rapier in my thing, but I was just like, I feel like she wouldn't have one before now. Like, she wouldn't
That's
have a
fair.
reason to have one. She would have her daggers, but there would be no reason to have like a martial weapon. Like, why would she have that?
That's very cool
But
that
now
you
you
like
see-
add this in through roleplay.
Yeah.
But now you've seen a giant, like a weird squiggly monsters.
Yeah, I'm just like, I need all the weapons.
I need more than this. Yeah, like-
I need more than these tiny little daggers.
You want to be a bit further away when you stab them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Long
I'm just like,
stabs.
well, yeah. Is it just a regular rapier though? Is
It's
there
just a
anything-
regular, very well made rapier.
Okay, all right. Good to know. I'll add a note to this then that it came.
In terms of design, by the way, I will add, because for funsies, if it's one of the Jackson rapiers, I will add that the filigree on the handle will be made of roses.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, because that's a family thing with the Jacksons. So it's actually very fitting for Elodie.
I can't stop thinking,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
So look over at Atoli. You've been going in for quite some time into the city, and I take it you're going back into the city.
To the day that I die, or I find what I'm looking for.
Would you care for company?
Well, you seem to handle yourself better than my previous companions, and you're still alive, so yes. A partnership born of
Look over it.
necessity and need.
Indeed.
Mm.
Look over at Elodie. Said, I was like, you seem to put down that what was his name, Rickon, pretty well when he got up to his shenanigans last night. Would you want to accompany us, assuming Atoli doesn't mind having a squiggly monster killer with us as well?
One thing was said last night.
Um,
One thing was said last night that still rings true in this day, and there's safety in numbers.
Elodie has stepped back and is just kind of doing some poses with the rapier, and she looks up and goes, "Oh,
Take that, brick.
yes, I would appreciate some company. That would probably be best. I mean, honestly, it was a lucky shot with that monster, and it probably won't happen again."
I guess where is Nesbit? Are you still talking with the dude, or you come over here?
I would have followed you to the blacksmith to see what he has.
It's like, while we're at it, Nesbit, you got some funky contraptions. I think could definitely help in there. And
Yeah, I wanna look into delirium, and it seems like if I wanna do anything in this town, I need more money.
speaking of money, Felix, Mr. Moneybags, do you have any? Do you want to accompany us as well? Because You don't really have a weapon, though.
He
He
points
seems
at his
quite.
whip.
He seems quite handy with
Oh,
the
he
whip.
pulls
he's
his
just
whip.
got the whip, right?
Whip.
The whip.
Yeah, boy. All right.
Freaking whip it! All right, sir.
All right. I stand corrected. And as Toy said, safety in numbers. Would you be up for a brief jaunt in and out into Drakkenheim?
There's no
That
such
sounds
thing.
like a.
There's no such thing as in and out.
Not
Oh.
like that.
Plan A. Plan B is not like that. I don't want to do Plan B.
I like that you're already considering it. You're very planful. But yes, Muddy opens a lot of doors, and I'll need all the doors I can get, so I'll be with you for a while if you don't mind.
With Nebarlin's chippy, chirpy attitude of Plan B, Atoli's going to finally, for the first time, remove his entire hood and reveal his entire scaly visage, and be like, "And what's your Plan C?" With like an extra drawn out C.
I hate this. This
Love
is-
it.
I want to bang you on the head with a fucking. Not Atoli. I want to bang you on the head. The player.
Why?
Plan C is,
Oh
of
my
course, we is Plan A. We don't get in and out in a leisurely, quick in and out. Plan B is we're stuck and we get into a lot of mess. And Plan C is we get out of Plan B with a huge load of goods and treasure.
I lost you at 2 seconds into that.
The Plan A is a quick jaunt in and out. Plan
Okay.
B is we get caught up in a big mess, as I think Atoli is alluding that we will do, and from what I've heard is a good possibility. We get through Plan B, go to Plan C, and we have a huge load of treasure that we bring back out.
I can live with
That is
that.
Plan C.
Does Atoli have a forked tongue?
No.
Okay.
But he doesn't, but he still has that signature, like every now and again drawn out.
Lisp, yeah.
Yeah.
type
What
of thing.
happened to you?
We can take that with the Amethyst Order when we get there.
Okay.
Oh, he said what happened to you. Does that-
And that's his answer, I
So-
guess.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, then with that, I think we formed our circle of travelers, a ring, if you
Did
will,
you-
a fellowship
Did you form
of the ring.
God damn it. Did you form the party last time too? I feel like you did.
No,
I feel
I
like you've been our
think we
party
were
former.
primarily a party when we traveled to.
Yeah, 'cause I think it was just Nibarl and Kendall started out, and then we just kind of picked up people as we were going down the trail last time.
So a party requires a name.
Oh no. I
We-
don't know any good names.
And I think that's, as we're going to end it for today over there, I have 2 bits of homework for you guys for next week.
No,
Because
not
for
homework.
one, yeah, so that's
Ew,
fun.
homework.
Because for one, you guys will need a name, a consensus on a name. So you have a week to think about something.
have to
Feel free to
actually name
use
the
the chat
group.
for that in
Oh
Discord. But
my
if you can't
God.
decide, we'll just roll the dice for it as I did with another group.
What did they end up? What was the name that they ended up with when you rolled the
They
dice?
went with Yazdir and Associates. They went the lawyers associates route kind of thing, which is really funny. Yazdir is one of the players. Other campaign though, like they're playing the Curse of Strat.
right.
But Tim is part of that. And secondly, I wanted to wait until the end of the campaign, the end of the session for today, so you have a bit more time to actually mull it over. But fighting your first horror of Drakkenheim and surviving it, barely, Nespip, but surviving it nonetheless.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
how many hit
Bushy.
points were you down to? How many?
2.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You might want to have a little bit more meat on your bones, and you deserve it. Reaching Emberwood Village
But
warrants a level up.
he has
You
the
have
highest
reached
AC, so
level 2.
Oh, we reached level 2? Yeah. All right. Sure.
Yep.
All right,
I'm
sir.
Reaching
We're-
Emberwood Village is a level up, but I wanted to wait until the end of the session so you have some time to think of it.
We're playing this by like milestones again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, in most cases, when you've done something significant, I'll give you the level up there, but like when we're very close to the end of the session, I'll wait until. So.
Well,
Nice.
so I guess the for the flavor, Timberland didn't level up. As he got closer to Drakkenheim, he became more focused and crisp. It only occurred once he started getting the nice octarine fumes that he became more focused again.
I like that.
You're still doing fixed HP and stuff, or
just the way that you're that you probably already set up
Yeah.
your character, but yes.
okay.
Now
Yeah,
I
you don't have to
have
roll for your HP. That's just
I have my cunning action, which is such a fun little feature. Which is like she was kind of stunned in that first combat, so now she won't be stunned.
yeah. You can now nope the fuck out of there.
use
Yeah, that's
stuff to nope out. Disengage, bitches.
Second level did
All
right.
nothing for me except for adding one more spell slot.
Same.
which
That's not nothing though.
don't shit on spell slots. Like
I know.
I'm gonna get an AC increase and to hit increase, damage increase, and I actually can use my hammer.
How long? You
Yes.
Guardian, you didn't have your spells in there for like a couple sessions. How many sessions did you not have spells?
Oh, you
as
mean for
your
Kendall?
character last time? Yeah, because you just didn't have you didn't have them
I think
selected.
that was like 6 or 7 sessions or something, at least.
That's fucking hilarious.
But it was fun to play that way
Magic
too.
as a bard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like, wow, I have nothing.
I just like
You just had to talk your way out of stuff.
I bullshitted my way out of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
All right.
Wow.
So next session, I would imagine maybe some more exploring around Emerald Village or going into Drakkenheim and like this is your very first foray into the city and seeing what happens.
I mean, by the sounds of it, looks
Okay.
like we're ready to just head off for riches right away.
Which
I have a
you're more than welcome to do
lucky-
so.
Lucky 13 hit points, so maybe one hit won't kill me, but you know, see.
Who knows? Whatever you might run into, right?
Definitely. Damn.
Ah,
Okay.
Do people have really low ability scores at all? Does anyone have any super low ones? Because I rolled mine and one of mine is just disgustingly low.
No, I rolled mine and I rolled disgustingly high.
I hate
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
rolled
like,
mine and I'm
Yeah.
just mediocre.
like across
Yeah, and
the board.
I rolled
across the board. I'm 11,
I rolled mine and
11, 17, 15, 12, 19, 12.
that's including
I hate
bonuses. Though.
you. I
Yeah,
hate
that's
you
including
so
that
much.
is including bonuses, but yes.
That is obscene
Yeah,
to
it
be a
is.
first level character and have a 19 ability
19,
score?
19 wisdom.
That's insane.
So I'm the only one who
I-
did point by. Okay.
My
I
highest
rolled
is
mine
16.
and I rolled mine. I thought I did exceedingly high, and that turns out I did exceedingly average. So,
Yeah, you did.
the average. My lowest is my wisdom, which is 7.
Yeah,
Guys.
I'm 19.
And that's even with like an added, like with my with that feature that I took, it lets you bump up like one of your scores, and I bumped up my wisdom. And
what's your spell
Yeah.
cat? I guess what's a rogue's? Is it dexterity or?
This dexterity.
It's
well,
dexterity,
yeah,
yeah.
it's dexterity. So I have a 16 for my dexterity, which is +3, which is fine. But there's not that many skills that have to do with dexterity. A lot of them have to do with wisdom and intelligence. And intelligence I have +1, wisdom I have -2. So even if I have proficiency in like wisdom stuff, which I do, I have proficiency in insight and perception, it just makes it a +0. It doesn't make it. So like Hollis
Yeah.
was able to have like +5. My character from the other campaign was able to have like.
So how does
really
balances
good
out in the game? How does balances out in the game?
stuff.
Because this is a very good point, right? Like usually like
Yeah.
this would almost mean that like with any character you make, just pump wisdom high because a lot of skills are under wisdom. The thing is, in most scenarios, most of the things that like and barring saving throws, because saving throws can be nasty, doesn't matter which one it is.
Yeah.
But barring that, most skills that you apply in the game, the more you have under 1, the less impactful they usually are. Because if you fail like an insight or a medicine check, you're just going to end up with less knowledge about something. That's not going to be
Right, yeah.
that's not going to be destructive. If you fail an
Right.
acrobatics check, you can fall to your death. So being good at acrobatics is very, very useful.
I do. I gave myself expertise in acrobatics because
Yeah,
she's a
it's
little.
like stealth as well. Like you
She's
have a
a little
+7 on
acrobat,
stealth.
but-
You're going to be sneaky.
Yeah,
where other
I do
people
have
are
a
going to be.
+7 on stealth. Yeah,
It's very useful
I
in the
gave
city where
myself
everything wants to kill you.
acrobatics and stealth because I was like, well, I'm a rogue. I might as well be a little flippy.
So what you're saying is
speed.
you don't have a +6, like
A +6 to
Inside 6
what?
+6.
No, my insight is not that. My insight is +0, which is why it was really funny that I rolled that nat 20
Yeah.
because
that was a good.
I was
roll,
really
too.
relying on that.
You've rolled stupidly high this start.
Yeah, honestly, like even my initiative, like 15 is not anything to scoff at with initiative.
Mm.
So,
Well, and that's also the thing. Like, whether or not you have like high bonuses or low bonuses on something, it still ultimately is decided by the dice. Like, sure, having a +7 on
Mhm.
something is great. Still, if you roll a 2, that's still going to be a shit roll.
yeah, and if you roll
Yeah.
a 1, it's still an automatic failure. So
That's what it is. So
it's despite me having a
Yeah.
+3, I still Nimbarlin. I guess it runs in the family. He still got a crit fail for insights.
But I wait, what do you have for insight?
Well, not insight, but for
It's his
Example.
roll
family.
earlier.
initiative. He still got a crit fail for initiative. Is what I meant.
Right, yeah. So even though you have
And the
+3
insight-
instead of -1,
the insight that you did earlier is always also a crit fail with a 5.
But yeah, and it
Like,
was a crit
that's-
fail for insight. Yeah, even though
So,
I've got
yeah.
bonus, it was still.
So you
Barlin
are
does not have
family.
good luck.
Yeah.
Yes, he passed down his dice rolls to you.
Yeah.
right.
No, but with my one spell, it's the modifier is wisdom, or not? Yeah, the spellcasting modifier is wisdom, and the DC is 8. Detect thoughts. So it's like useless, basically. Like I'm not gonna get anything out of that. But
Well, can you switch it
whatever.
out for something different?
Yeah, I
No,
believe
I
if
mean-
it's
I
feat based, you usually can choose like between wisdom,
What
int,
was
and
the-
charisma.
Well, I wanted to. It said you can choose the ability, and then that ability score is also increased. So I wanted to
Ah.
increase my wisdom, but that means that the thing doesn't fucking
Yeah, that's a choice.
like
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll look
But
at
still,
it. More.
like,
Maybe I'll switch
that can
it,
still
but-
hit. Like, it's if I roll very terribly, then it'll still do something.
And as we, I'm gonna try to not, because I already have a feat. I'm gonna try to not do feats and mostly just increase ability scores until we absolutely need to get a feat. As I already have one, so yeah. But I'm interested
Alright.
because Tim is also a variant human, and I do wonder what our
Well, you
Felix has
technically-
in store for us.
you technically could already know what he has
Really?
because
Just a lot of money, just so much money.
No, basically, bards don't have proficiency with whips normally.
Ooh.
That is-
Yeah.
I noticed
that.
that.
Makes sense.
Mood.
That makes sense. He's a whip
Nice.
guy. That's cool.
So I just got some weapon proficiencies out of it.
So anyway, is it
That's
Sunday yet?
Yeah,
You wanna
and
continue?
next Sunday is Easter. Does that
Oh, that's a
mean
good point.
anything to
Actually,
you
that is
guys?
Easter. Yeah,
I don't have anything going on that day, but I didn't know
me
if
neither.
Barlin, you
I'm
have stuff going on that
pretty-
day. Because it's like it's more of a states thing, right? Or is it not? I mean, the
No, we
No,
don't.
no, no.
It's a Christian thing.
No,
It's a
yeah,
day
I
off,
gotta-
but it's Sunday. Yes. Oh, thank you.
I'm pretty sure it's late enough for me to not have anything, but I need to double check.
Yeah,
Please do.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will be
go
too. I have,
go to church on. Yeah, it's the same thing. I go to church on Saturday, so it doesn't matter
Oh. Okay. Cool.
All right.
when I go.
Well, if
I
that's
don't
if
really go
something
all the
does
time,
if something does change, then just let me know. Like
Yeah,
we can,
I noticed that, and I forgot to put it in the chat before, but
Yeah, good point. Like I usually like with the ones with Christmas and whatnot, I'm very aware of. But like Easter, even though it's the more important Christian holiday of the two of them, for some reason it always sort of slips my mind. It's like,
Yeah.
oh right, yeah.
Oh yeah. Also,
Yeah, that's
congratulations on getting 2 natural ones this game. This session, Nabarland.
yes,
Yeah,
Navarlin,
man,
our man, our
starting
absolute
strong.
unit of a man.
You were. You
Might as
were
well
one,
get him out
that's-
of the way, right?
You were one short of
Yeah.
a hat trick.
I know that's why he's got the
You
plucky
always have
attitude.
next
He just
session, right?
he's gotta have a good attitude, otherwise it's just gonna crush him. So
Jesus
Also,
Christ.
Barry,
Can he tell like, oh, that wasn't as good as I could have been doing, like, because it's
He
weird
knows
because like a dice roll is a dice roll like for us, but for in the role play
actually,
it's like he's not actually rolling
it-
dice. He just has
in
bad
his
luck.
in his background, he actually is and the full background, and Barry knows the whole thing, but he actually isn't doing as well as he should. He knows he hasn't. That's why he keeps having this. That's why he's frustrated. His little
right,
bug.
yeah. So he's kind of got a chip on his shoulder already. Like he's like
he keeps
coming
reaching.
off
He keeps
of
reaching.
some failures.
He kept reaching into his pockets to try and do something. And didn't. He kept getting disappointed by it, and so he actually isn't. He isn't. He knows he's not what he should be, and so that's actually something that was building
Wow.
up to him getting there.
Jesus.
It actually all worked out in character.
Tim, you mentioned my name? You want to,
yes, I just wanted to ask if you could look into why the pathfinding line looks so weird for my
Yeah.
character and the other ones.
Yeah, I noticed it because it's still like the big squares, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
super
I think it's a
huge.
I think it's a bug in the plugin. So I will have a look if in restarting the server it fixes itself because it should. If it doesn't, I'll have a look at it because it wasn't doing this last Friday, and also with the Curse of Strahd campaign, it also didn't do that, and it's the same plugin, so it shouldn't do it. I'll have a look at it because it's annoying.
I think it's because the tokens are bigger than 1 square, but I'm not sure.
Because they're 1.2, that might be it.
Like,
Yeah.
and Nevadan's tokens overlap right now, so
Yeah,
maybe.
I sized it up to 1.2, so you always can see your own token a little better. If that really is it, might actually be it.
How did you do 0 damage?
I'm just trying stuff, but that's what I said. I can use my hammer finally,
Oh.
like next session after long rest.
Oh, cool. Why couldn't you use it before?
I have shit strength. I have strength 8 and charisma 8.
Oh.
So
Oh my god, you have 2 really low ones? That sucks, dude.
yeah, but I got Constitution 16 and Intelligence 16.
That's
I did
I'm
point
jealous
by
of
it wrong.
that. My highest is 16, but then it goes all the way down to a 12. Oh no, a 13. So I don't have any. Yeah.
I think
which is charisma.
I think I found it.
Yeah, Hollis is.
Yep, that's it.
She's way.
You already
more
fixed it, Tim. Thank you.
charismatic. Oh,
You even know
got
my
it?
software better than I do. Damn it!
Tim, no.
Well,
Tim,
I'm a
how
software
dare
developer.
Tully is ready for already ready for re-import. So
Cool. So yeah, if you're looking at like dimensions of the token, I can actually change the width and height dimension, but I can also use a scaling. And I always use scaling, and this time, for some reason, I use the width and height, and that resizes the grid as well. That's where it is. Wonderful. So this should fix it. You should now be able to just draw yourself around.
Well,
normally.
it's still paused, but let's see.
I'm
No,
changing.
mine is
Yeah,
still big.
I'm still changing yours.
Okay.
Thank you, because that was really triggering my OCD.
Honestly, same. So like, I got you. That should be it. The small tokens already had like the normal squares.
Is your dice slightly see-through, Atoli?
Gorgeous, huh?
Yeah.
they're made of
I'm
glass.
surprised because I thought mine didn't save, but then it showed up and it was exactly what I was doing before. So,
Aha.
maybe 20. A 9.
Anyway, I need to turn in for the night.
Yeah, same. I got to work
you
again
guys
tomorrow.
are
All right. Good night, everybody.
This is fun.
Right, good night, everybody.
I
See you
think,
next week.
Nabarlin, next
Bye.
week we will
Happy
be
Easter.
on the time that we usually
Yeah.
are, I think. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Do y'all?
I think because you guys do
That's-
daylight savings next Sunday.
We do
And
that on
it's
Sunday.
Saturday to Sunday. So yeah, next Sunday it'll be
It'll be the time
normal
that we were
time
doing
again.
before.
Yeah, good point.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. All right, and that marks session 1 of our Dungeons of Drakkenheim playthrough. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you, and I hope you had as much fun as we did. And maybe I'll see you